And y'all see the suit too, man. Listen, new studio, new podcast by the spirit, not by the letter. Bro, we can go verse for verse all day long.
Made over.
Doing new things are okay with understanding the reality that we are in competition with one another. But you ladies think that you're special. You are in comfort. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. I'm about my business. So remember I said, when I ask you these questions, I will dismantle your entire argument. That's the end of the debate, my dog.
I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39.
Belly.
Yeah.
You look 39. It's okay though. That man isn't intimidated by a woman like you. He's annoyed by a woman like you. Because a man doesn't want to date another man. He wants to date a woman. All right, welcome back to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. Tonight, again, is open panel debate night and reaction night. We got a few good clips stored for you guys that we're going to be reacting to and going over. But first and foremost, put a 1 in the chat if you guys could hear me. I was having some audio issues right before I went live, so I had to do some technical things in the background, which is why I'm in here a little late tonight. Got some new systems and things set up. So let me know if you guys could hear me. Put a 1 in the chat. I believe you guys can. So put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Great. Put a 2 in the chat if the audio is a little fuzzy, a little bit messed up. But I think we are good to go. All right, so first link in the YouTube description is going to be for the members. If you want to become a member, we got 3 tiers. First tier is gang, second tier is hitman, third tier is mob size. You join any of those tiers, you're welcome to the cookout. You're locked in with us. You get a lot of different special perks and privileges too when we do go live and we open the panel up for debate night when we just bring on random callers. I do prioritize the members. So if you guys want to become a member, that's one of the special privileges and perks that you get as well. Then the other links in the YouTube description is going to be for the social media accounts. So we have the TikTok, the Facebook, the X, the Instagram. If you're not following us already on those other platforms, go ahead and give us a follow. All right, chat. So we're going to be reacting to Andrew Wilson and Rachel Wilson. Looks like they went on whatever podcast. And just this past weekend, it was some interesting conversations. I didn't watch too much of it, but I was sent some timestamps. And I'm like, okay, this would be a good segment to react to. So we're going to react to a little bit of that. And then we got a Karen attack someone. So this guy, he films himself rizzing up women. So basically, he just wears like the meta glasses and he walks around the city and he talks to girls. And it was a Karen attack. It was a very weird and awkward and unnecessary for this random woman to bombard in the conversation and take over the conversation when he wasn't even speaking to her. So we're going to react to that. You guys may have seen a little clip of that. It went viral. If you didn't see it, then I'll go ahead and show you guys that tonight. And then we also have a clip that we're going to react to from Amber Rose. She recently went on a podcast and was speaking about, you know, why she dates and why women are traumatized by men, but also claims that she's not a feminist and she's a conservative, all of these type of things. So we're going to react to a little bit of Amber Rose as well. But as you guys are coming in, again, click the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click that bell icon so you are notified of when we go live. And let me make sure. Okay, we are live on Facebook too. Let me just make sure the audio is actually good. Yeah, audio looks good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's hop right into, before we get into you know what? Let's organize it with this. We'll react to the Karen clip and a few other clips that the members sent me, and then we'll go ahead and hop into the Amber Rose and the Rachel Wilson. And then after that, we'll open the panel up for open panel debate night. It is currently open now, so if you actually want to join the stream, if you have any points of contention with any of the things that I've ever said and any of the videos and clips that you've ever seen me in, you can just go ahead and click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments, and you can come up and debate. I do welcome all the feminists and the atheists up. just because we have opposing worldviews. So that usually makes for a good debate. And also the Hebrew Israelites and anyone else that wants to debate tonight. Come on up. It's free game. It's free game, right? So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with the Karen clip first and some of the clips that the members sent me, because I do like to prioritize. That's another perk that you get when you become a member. I do prioritize your clips. So when you do send me clips, I react to them. And, a lot of people send me clips and you guys want my take on certain content. So that's what we're going to do first. So let's see. All right, one moment here. All right, so here's a clip of the Karen. Oh man, it's a little weird, but I think it's interesting. I think it's perfect for a clip that pretty much encompasses what young adults, young men experience in 2026. All right, let's make this a little bit bigger. There we go.
Weird for coming up on two women who are alone by themselves at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning in Vegas. You can leave.
Let me guess today. Where do you at?
No one wants to talk to you. Oh, you can try to ignore me all you want.
No, I'm not ignoring you.
Oh, are you? Hi, can you help him leave? Can you help? He's being a weirdo.
I'm talking to her.
Cops, or better yet, I can call my crazy ass fucking dad. You want me to call him? Because I can help with that.
Did you text her? Do you know her? Like, I'm talking to her. Like, if you want me to leave, I'll leave. Because I'm talking to you.
I think you should leave.
No, just tell me if you want me to leave, I'll leave. I don't want to ignore you. I'm going to feel like an ass.
Okay, so that was the ending of the clip. Now it's going to go to the beginning of the clip. So this is the beginning of the clip right now of him approaching the women. So now let's watch it from here.
I just walk by and I don't introduce myself.
What's your name?
My name's Christian.
It's me, I'm Jordan.
What's your name? Christian, nice to meet you. I'm assuming you girls are not locals. You have to be visiting here. I don't get local vibes.
Yeah, we're not locals.
Yeah, I knew it. Well, I'm both. I'm visiting and I'm living here at the same time.
Really?
I moved out here 2 weeks ago, but I don't think I'm going to stay here much longer.
You don't like it?
I used to live here 5 years ago, but I needed the beach because I'm a beach guy. I'm from San Diego. You know San Diego? Yeah, San Diego is like the best. In my opinion, it's one of the best cities in the world. So I'm just so used to like perfect weather like every day, and this is fucking horrible weather. That's why I didn't bring my pets. I have like 5.
Really?
And I don't want them to suffer. I don't like keeping them indoors. I like keeping them outdoors, and I know they're gonna suffer outdoors. So
Are you a cat or a dog person?
oh, 100% dog.
Oh,
I
cat people.
well, don't get offended, but I feel like they don't have a personality. They're just
That's
cute.
not true.
So far from the engagement, you can see that he approached these two ladies. He's obviously interested in the one that's giving him attention back, which is the woman in the pink and white. And it's just a regular conversation. It's small talk. He's not being aggressive. He's just talking to her, asking them where they're from. He tried to make some sort of connection by bringing up animals, like, oh, I have pets. He said that he hates cats, but he has dogs. So it seems like that's a disconnect there because she loves cats. So he's looking for some type of common ground. And the woman is actually engaging back. She doesn't seem to be creeped out. She seems to be behaving normally. The other woman in black and red, she just seems to be totally uninterested, which is okay, right? Because he's not even talking to her. He's talking to the woman in pink and white.
They're
Our cats are bitches, for real.
either they're a bitch or they don't have a personality. Like, they're just cute. Like, that's their thing, being cute. And they're just there like a plant. It's like if you get a plant that like walks around. Yeah. And
Now, he attempted to make a joke, but it's a more of a guy's joke. It's a joke that's logical. Like, cats are like plants. They don't really have a personality. They're kind of just there to be there. You get what I'm saying? That's more of like an analogy that maps onto how he feels about cats, which she didn't get. This is why it was crickets. Crickets, chat. The chick didn't laugh at all. So for my observation, I would just conclude that he really doesn't have the ability to make a woman feel the vibe and to create a connection. It also could be a disconnect. Maybe the woman is not that attracted to him, but we really don't know that because she is engaging with him. So it could be a level of, attraction there. But based off of his game, his wordplay, he's lacking in that area. But there's no predatory vibes going on. She never said, get out of here. She's actually engaging in the platonic conversation.
Yeah, well, maybe because it goes with my personality. Like, I like being all over the place, like moving around.
So that's the girl that came up in the beginning of the video. This woman right here. See where my cursor is? This woman right here in the pink. I'm sorry, in the yellow. Right there, that's her walking up. So that's a random woman walking up. Let's continue to watch on.
And stuff. I'm assuming you girls are waiting for your Uber right now? I was gonna meet one of my friends right now. What do you think if I get your number and then before you leave? I don't know when, probably soon.
Okay, so he took out his phone. What do you think about me getting your number before you leave? Maybe we can link, stuff like that. She shakes her head like yes. So it seems like a good interaction. So there is a level of attraction there for the girl towards him. There is a level of attraction. Now, once again, women operate differently. They could find you physically attractive, like, oh, he's physically okay, just a nice conversation. They may give you the number. This does not mean that you qualify to smash because women operate from attraction and what they're aroused by. Two different standards. So they have a standard of attraction and a standard of arousal. And as a man, you need to be able to meet both of those. Currently, right now, it seems that he met the standard of attraction. Now, it could just be for friend zone as well, too. It could just be for friend zone, but we don't know. Just for the simple fact that she's out here traveling, I would be confident that it isn't just for friend zone. That is possibly to link up while they're out there. You get what I'm saying? Because why would you just give your number to someone where you have no intentions of with linking up with, and you're only out there for a short amount of time? So it seems to be some, genuine interest here. Now let's continue on.
We'll probably hang out. When are you gonna leave Vegas? Oh, hi.
No, so you can leave. Thank you.
Damn, am I bothering you?
You can leave. Thank you.
Okay, so look at that. He was about to get the number. And the girl walks up. She interrupts the conversation and she says something to the other girl along the lines of, do you need any help here? And then she looked at her like, the girl in the pink and white looked at her like, what? The girl in the black and red, she looked like she just got maxed out. She looked like she finished. She just got maxed out. It looked like they were in a two-man situation where the girl in the red and black, someone maxed her out, piped her up something good. And then the girl in the pink and white, she was either playing third wheel or she was there with a guy that she wasn't really interested in. But girl in the red and black, she looks done with, like her legs is crossed, like, yeah, I done got maxed out. She doesn't know what's going on right now. So when a girl in the yellow walks up, the girl in the red and black is just like, still like, what? She's not giving really anyone attention. But the girl in pink and white, she's like, what's going on? Like, wait, what? Now let's continue to watch this interaction.
Am I bothering you?
You can leave. Thank you.
I'm Christian. I'm being super
really
nice.
Cool. I don't care. Leave.
So look at this. This woman in the yellow has no relationship with these other two girls. The girl in the red and black, she just has her head down. She doesn't know, like, she's out of it, bro. The girl in the pink and white, she's probably confused, like, wait a second, is this your ex-girlfriend or something? Like, you got side hoes over here trying to, like, disrupt the interaction of you getting girls' numbers? What's going on? Like, these girls are obviously confused.
You're weird for coming up on two women who are alone by themselves at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning in Vegas. You can leave.
Let me guess today. Where do you are?
Okay, so now she assumes, she doesn't know, but she assumes that the guy randomly pulled up on two girls, right? She has no evidence of this, no proof of this. She's just assuming that he randomly pulled up on two girls. Not only that, she's making him out to be a predator and making the other girls out to be a victim. Just take notice to that, chat. Take notice. Already she came up. Since there's two women waiting for a bus, she doesn't even know any of this. She doesn't know those women at all. Two women waiting for a bus. Oh, random guy? Two women alone? Oh, he's the perpetrator and they're the victim. Let me go ahead and save the day. This is what these like liberal feminists think of men. They think that, well, a man and a woman can't have a genuine conversation, right? Hey, how's the weather? The weather's good. You creep. What the heck? I just said the weather's good. Like, what's going on? Calm down, Karen.
Yeah, but no one wants to talk to you. Oh, you can try to ignore me all you want.
No, I'm not ignoring you.
Oh, are you? Hi, can you have him leave? Can you help? He's being a weirdo.
I'm talking to her.
Okay, so not only that, then she goes on to call him a weirdo. Now, obviously, you know, if you're a guy driving in a car and you see three girls and one is screaming, two is sitting down with like, they're just like sitting there, you may stop like, yo, everything good? Like, homie messing with y'all? And then she screams out, yes, he's messing with us. Like, he's a weirdo. So she's obviously just lying, bro. And the behavior of this woman in the yellow is what pushes men away to not cold approach women. And this is why cold approach became so popular. Well, this is one of the reasons why these cold approach videos became so popular, where guys would wear the meta glasses and record their interactions with approaching women, because a lot of men don't approach anymore. So it seems cool to the youth to see a guy, at play. Playing a sport of approaching. It's like, oh, that's cool, man. I don't have the confidence to really go out there and start up a conversation with some women. So it's intriguing to see another man do it. And these feminists scare these guys away. That's just one of the reasons. There's many other reasons why, these young men are afraid to approach. And we'll get into that another time. But, it's just interesting here. Let's watch on.
Cops, or better yet, I can call my crazy ass fucking dad. You want me?
Wait, so she threatens to call the cops and then better yet, to call her crazy dad. Now, she wasn't going to call the cops. She just said that as just rhetoric to maybe, convince him to walk away. The real thing is she would possibly call her dad, because one of the reasons why she wouldn't call the cops, because she has no case here. And the other girls, if the cops come and be like, bro, he was actually nice. I was finna give him my number. I thought he was cute. What you talking about? And I'll get into some more stuff here.
You call him? Because I can help with that.
Did you text her? Do you know her? Like, I'm talking to her. Like, if you want me to leave, I'll leave.
Okay, so here's the thing. Now, when you get a woman, and this is why, like, I want you guys to take in the interaction of just what just happened here. The girl in the pink and white was interested. She was just about to give the number. She did not text her friend. She didn't do anything. They don't even know that girl at all. But he's unaware of it because he's kind of confused. Like, what the heck? Did you hit her up? Like, who is this? What's going on here? But it's like once another girl comes around that has more masculine energy than the other man, she's more like the leader, the other girls just follow suit. You see that, chat? When you get the ringleader of the girl boss that comes in and convicts the man of having predatory nature or characteristic traits or being a predator, and they're the victim, the other girls just sit there and follow the girl instead of standing up for themselves, having a voice themselves and saying, oh, I'm sorry, he actually wasn't bothering us. I don't actually think he's weird. We had a whole conversation, and I was just about to give him my number, but so can you are you guys in a relationship or something? Like, if not, then let me just go ahead and give him my number. And this is also something that tells you when when you're looking at what attracts a woman to a man, this is why pre-selection is important. Women like men that are pre-selected by other women. I repeat, women are attracted to men that are pre-selected by other women. If you are not pre-selected by another woman, or if you convey yourself in a way where, like, you know, maybe a little bit weird and, you know, women don't really like you, then other women are going to follow suit and they're not going to like you either. Men, we don't operate like that. We can be attracted to a girl. It doesn't matter what our homies say, and no one says we going to be like, I like her, bro. I like her. And, you know, that's also a trait that gets men into a lot of trouble. But for women, as a safety mechanism, because they're the weaker sex, they need the word and encouragement from other women to feel safe around the man that they're attracted to, or even to maintain a certain level of attraction for the man. They need to feel safe. So if the other woman that came up is acting like, well, something must be wrong with this guy, then in their mind, it just flipped the switch and is like, well, maybe he's not that attractive. Something must be wrong with him. Maybe he is weird. If this chick that randomly came up thinks he's weird, man, he's weird. You see, this is why she didn't stand up for him. This is why she didn't not even stand up for him. This is why she didn't stand up for herself, her own attraction triggers. Because it just switched like a light switch. She was attracted to him. Another girl said he's weird. Now she's unattracted to him.
Because I'm talking to you.
I think you should leave.
No, just tell me if you want me to leave, I'll leave. Like, don't.
Oh, yeah, she did. And he even said, listen, to the girl in the pink and white, yo, if you want me to leave, I'll leave. The girl in the yellow still laughing. I think you should leave. I think you should leave. And now, let's map this on to other situations. When guys cold approach women and, you know, it's the fat chick, you're not talking to the fat chick. You know what I mean? Nobody want the fat chick. So you talk to the pretty girl, and the fat chick, she got low self-esteem, so she mad and she tries to cock block. Now, when you talking to the pretty John, when the fat John cock blocks, what that tells the pretty girl is like, in one side, the smart women can be like, oh, she jealous. But usually it doesn't work like that. If the fat chick has the audacity, or the ugly chick has the audacity to cock block and interfere in the interaction of you talking and approaching the woman, the pretty girl will reject you based off of the fat girl's perception of you. These chicks got hive mind, bro. You witnessed it right here. So we witnessed a few things. We witnessed the crazy liberal, the feminist, in full display, pointing and showing the man to be the victim. I'm sorry, showing the man to be the predator and the woman to be the victim. And then you also have the hive mind, the woman hive mind, where women can't even think for themselves. One, the feminist, the Karen that came up, she can't think for herself because she was indoctrinated to believe that all men are oppressors and women are the oppressed, which is why she think that he's the predator and the woman is the victim. So she was indoctrinated, meaning that she can't think for herself. Then she comes over and imposes her worldview onto the other girls. And the other girls is sitting there, look at them, sitting there looking stupid. Both of them arms folded like, wait, what? What's going, what? I can't think for myself. I don't have any brain cells. Well, you know, whatever this woman says, and she's like, the boss babe, the masculine one, we're just going to listen to the masculine one. Right? Just hive mind on full display. Get the likes up in the chat. Get the likes up. You don't get these breakdowns anywhere else, man. Get the likes up. Okay. All right. So now let's get to another clip that we're going to react to. We got more stuff, chat. We got more stuff. Before we get to the Rachel Wilson on whatever podcast and Andrew Wilson as well, on their, debating some feminists, some OF chicks or whatever. We're going to react to some more content that the members sent in. And yeah, chat, I'm looking rugged right now. Cut, not fresh, beard scruffy. The difference between me and you guys is that I cut my own hair. So I'm scruffy and rugged by choice. You broke boys is scruffy and rugged, not by choice. That's the difference. Cause I know we got a hater in there like, holy, what's going on? You got nigga naps. Oh yes, I am a full foundational Black American. Yes. Okay, let's react to this other clip. So this looks like it's gonna be another approach. I didn't watch this one, but this one looks like it's gonna be another code approach or something like that. Let's see what's going on.
Yo, I got a question. This your lady, bro? Can I introduce myself to you, beautiful? I ain't gonna lie, cause you beautiful. I can't let this opportunity slip out of my hands, baby.
Oh, so you can go to him.
Let me get your Instagram real quick.
Weak as hell.
Let me get your Instagram, baby. See, he playing games.
Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Okay, let's psychoanalyze this real quick. Already off the rip. So he's in a friend zone. The dude with the glasses on the top of his head, he's a dork. He's a nerd. You never want to be this guy. If there's one thing you don't want to be in life as a man, is that guy. No one wants to be him. I don't want my son to be him. I don't wish this on my worst enemy. Like, I got enemies out here, but I don't wish this position, right? This effeminate position for any man to be in. Homie just walked up, said, hey, beautiful, what's up? I really want to talk to you, da-da-da. She looks at the guy she's with, the dude in the glasses. And like, you gonna say anything or do something? Homie doesn't do anything, say anything. She looks back at him and says, man, nigga, you weak. And then proceeds to give the guy her number.
Hey, where you from, baby? What's your name? Oh yeah, I like you, baby.
Now, also, you gotta understand that this chick is a full hood rat. She's wearing a Cuban chain with her name on it. This chick is a full hood rat. She thinks she's some type of rapper, some celebrity. She thinks that she's it, right? And he's also dumb for dealing with a woman like this. Now, obviously, he's in a friend zone. This is why it's one of the like weakest positions to be in as a male, to be in a friend zone, with a woman where you want more than just a friend zone, and she disrespects you in public like this. This is ridiculous. But shouts out to homie. What's his name? Nick Riz POV. Shouts out to him for pulling up and having a confidence and the masculinity to go ahead and get what he want. Now, you know what I mean? I don't recommend, approaching something like this with the big old Cuban chain around her neck with her name on it. What is her name? Something, man, I can't even read it from here, but let's continue on.
What's your ethnicity?
I'm Brazilian.
Brazilian? I ain't gonna lie, bro. No disrespect. I think I got it from here, man.
Oh, it gets worse. He touches homie on the shoulder and says, I think I got it from here. Listen, night.
No disrespect.
That's my dog.
Oh, y'all friends?
She said, that's my dog. He says, oh, y'all friends? He like, yeah, I've been trying to be more than friends, but yeah, she just got me in a friend zone, right? He probably like, man, good luck. If I can, in his mind, he like, well, if I can't get her, nigga, you ain't gonna be able to get her either. Like, that's what the guys in the friend zone believe. Pay attention, chat. The guys in the friend zone is so effeminate. They're like, they truly think that the woman is an angel and she's not having sex with no one. She really just, talking to guys and just having friends, but she not out there like that. In his mind, he's coping. In his mind, he believes, listen, bro, I mean, that's the reason why he didn't engage in anything. Like, that's the reason why he didn't try to I mean, this is my little John, right? This is my little John over here. I'm talking to her for right now. So you can go ahead and you can wait your turn another time. You know what I mean? If it comes up, but I got this right here. Now, I wouldn't even recommend doing that, but that could be an approach. If the girl just doesn't reject the guy that's approaching her, then she's not for you anyway. Right? That's the key, chat. That's the key. For all the fellas out there, if you with a woman talking to a little piece and you out publicly with her, if another man approaches her and she engages in a conversation and any interaction with another man like that, she's for the streets. You do not talk to her anymore. You go ahead and leave her there and start talking to other chicks. That's what you do. So I don't recommend try to fight for something that isn't yours, right? I don't even recommend try to fight for something that is yours. Your woman should be dumb, deaf, and blind. She shouldn't even see any other man but you. When a nigga starts speaking to her, she should just be like, shorty, don't look, don't hear nothing, don't see, listen, just don't observe anything. Act like it's a tree there. You don't even see the other man. He gonna walk away when you don't even look at him or acknowledge him. That's how your woman should be.
I'm not his bitch. Remember, you asked me, you said no. I'm just like, we're friends. Like,
Oh, y'all just friends? It was a pleasure meeting you, though, okay, baby? Listen. Have a good one. No, hey, bro. Game is game, bro. It's all love, brother. I'm hooping right now, bro. I'm balling, bro. We all
you don't
shoot.
care.
Have a good one.
And look, and that's the thing. Like, this woman is testing his masculinity. Like, and it's the thing. Like, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that they are talking to one another. The dude with the glasses on his head and the chick with the curly hair, they've been texting. They've been trying to link. He been trying to kick it with her one-on-one, but she's been only chilling with him in public places, bruh. Trust and believe. He's been the public guy she's been chilling. She got a private dude she be chilling with, and that's the person she's, letting clap her cheeks. But this dude is the public boyfriend. Right? The guy that she goes out with in public, but she doesn't really give him any play. He's in full friend zone. This is why she says, like, well, you don't care, right? So she's looking for him to show some sort of dominance or care factor so then she can say, oh, no, I'm not interested. And that's the woman you don't want to be with. If I, as a man, have to do something extra for you to reject other men, well, obviously, you're not interested in me. If a woman has genuine interest for you, she doesn't see other men. She don't even acknowledge them, right? Other men are basically transparent. There's zeros and ones on the screen that come down like the Matrix. They're like, what? She see Matrix code. She doesn't see humans, just Matrix code. Chat, so listen. If a chick is into you, she does not see humans. She sees what Neo sees, and it's zeros and ones on the screen because she's no longer plugged in. She's outside of the Matrix. If the chick isn't into you, this means that she's still plugged into the Matrix. She does not see zeros and ones. She sees the man. Do you understand?
Yo, I got a question.
Oh, man. And at the end was funny, too. He was like, yeah, game is game. The homie was like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm out here just trying to shoot. I'm out here trying to take more shots than Kobe. All right, man. We feel you. We feel you, man. All right, let's get to another clip. Get the likes up, chat. Let's go, man. And actually, let's get have a quick word for our sponsor for today. If everybody's in here, let's quick word from our sponsor. Then we get back. We're going to get into another clip. All right, quick emergency meeting. If you're a man and you don't have a watch, it's a little questionable. How do you stay professional? How do you stay gentleman-like? How do you move in a room full of vultures? This is why our sponsorship for today is the Harlem Watch Company, to get you guys looking sophisticated and get you the proper timepiece. It comes with a lightweight stainless steel case, a genuine leather band, mineral glass lens, an additional leather band, and a band changing tool. It also comes with a number certification card, so you're officially part of the Harlem Watch Company Club. They also sell women watches as well, so you can go ahead and pick your lady up a nice little timepiece. If you want to do so, go ahead and click the link that's below in the YouTube description and go ahead and get you a beautiful timepiece from the Harlem Watch Company. All right, chat, we back. All right, so let's get to another clip here. And the link is in the description if you want to go ahead and get yourself a watch from the Harlem Watch Company. Got me a watch. Good company. It's a good company, good watches. It's, you know, it fits nice. All right, let's go ahead and react to it. Okay, so it looks like, oh, this is another clip from Nick Riz POV. Okay. So it looks like my members sent me a couple clips from him. So shouts out to homie, whoever you are. Let's see what interaction this is. Okay.
I have a question. Did y'all just meet? Yeah. Oh, okay. It was good. Can I introduce myself to you? What is your name? Juicy. Do you have like Instagram? You're beautiful. You have Instagram?
Yes, I do.
Let me get your Instagram. I'm not gonna lie.
Never happened this time.
I know this is a.
Hey yo, homie is actually funny. He's approaching women that are with other men. And this is interesting, right? Because this tells you about the society that we're in. We see in the first video, the last video of, you know, that what he did, and men are so weak nowadays. They put themselves in weak positions when it comes to women, where the woman that you're interested in, you haven't built any genuine desire. You haven't really built anything. She doesn't really look at you like that guy. And also the type of women that you're talking to, they're, you know, what's the word? They're elastic. They're for everybody. They're choosy, man. They can be pulled here. They can be pulled there. You get what I'm saying? So you really don't want to choose women like that.
America, we crazy local. Yeah. Can I get your Instagram though?
Yeah.
So again, she's looking for the guy. Like she's like, oh, can I get your? She could have just rejected the guy, and this is why I'm saying that this shows a little bit on the man side of the type of woman he was interacting with, but it shows more on the female side. This is exposing more of female's nature that, you know, she's so elastic where she can be pulled in any direction. She can't make up her mind. She's indecisive on what and who she truly wants, which is why another man can engage in a conversation while she's talking to another guy, and she can give this guy her number, that guy her number, that guy her number, that guy her number, because she treats reality like Instagram, where it's like, oh, DMs. Oh, yeah, this guy thinks I'm cute. Sure, I'll DM him back. This guy thinks I'm cute. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll give him my number. She's treating real life chat like Instagram. Anybody can have her, bro. Listen, where them all at? Everybody pull up on her. She's for everybody. This chick is fully for the streets. Now you can say, well, Cooley, this doesn't mean that she's going to have sex with a lot of guys. Well, this means that the potential of sex, the potential of her having sex with a guy just increased because there's more potential candidates that she's given attention to. So the probability goes up for her to be a whore. Of course, we don't know the woman's body count, but by her behaviors and how elastic she is, we can say and conclude she's most likely a 304.
Thank you so much, beautiful. I'm be honest, I like the way you look, and I like the way your style is. You're a beautiful, sexy squirrel. Mwah.
All right, homie done messed it all up, bro. What was that, bro? What was that? Beautiful, sexy squirrel is wild, bro. Don't ever say that again, bro. That was trash. And she did roll her eyes at the end, which means that you made it awkward and you just jacked up the entire vibe. Like, prior to you saying that, she probably viewed you as like some ultimate alpha dude that's going to talk to her while another man is talking to her. She looked at you like, yeah, that's daddy right there. God dang, you done pulled up on me while this lame right here. Yeah, let me go ahead and give him my IG. I'm waiting for his DM. Then you say you a beautiful, sexy squirrel and I like the way your style is. You messed it up. This is how I can tell that he's probably like a Gen Z. He's young, but he probably got like brothers like me. That's like, bro, get out there and talk to some chicks, bro. What you doing? If you ain't talking to no chicks, like, what is you doing, bro? You got to go out there and shoot, put up more shots than Kobe. So he probably got like some brothers or some uncles like me that's encouraging him and, giving him some, confidence. But he's just saying all the wrong things. Like, that was lame what he said at the end.
Love you. Hey, man.
Good luck.
Good luck, man. Have a good one, man.
The love you was crazy. The good luck. Yo, homies. This the second dude he tapped on the shoulder, bruh. This is diabolical. I don't even use the word diabolical. But this is diabolical. Someone in the chat said it here. The tap on the shoulder was, oh, yep, man, it was diabolical. I felt the same. I felt the same when the tap happened. Like, oh, man, he out here humiliating people for real in real time. Okay.
Be safe, guys. Mwah. Excuse me.
Yeah, man, too much, bro. The I love you, the sexy squirrel, the I like you what your style is, the kiss at the end. That was all gay. You were masculine in the beginning, then you got gay at the end. All right, let's get to another clip. Let me go ahead and stop sharing this real quick. Okay. What we got next is, let's go ahead and react to we got Rachel Wilson on a whatever podcast along with Andrew Wilson. So Rachel and Andrew Wilson. 1 second here. All right, I think I got a time. Yeah, someone sent me a timestamp. Let me get to this real quick. Where we at? Okay, well, what's that? Probably look around. Probably around like right there. Hold up, chat. Why they send a timestamp like in a screenshot like this? Okay, yeah, I got it. All right, I think this is it right here. All right.
Which Catholics would apply to the world that would make the world worse if people followed them.
Maybe believing, I think, there's a lot of stuff that people argue when they go against, right now it's Pride Month, so it's like a lot of people can argue and be like, oh, well, that's a sin. Being gay is a sin. Yeah, I think that's a good one.
So how is less gays going to make the world worse?
No, I just think it's wrong if Catholics use Catholicism as...
Overtones donated $200. Proper gonna get kicked off again. Just a matter of vibrational propagation.
Thank you for the TTS. Appreciate it. If you guys want to just jump right back in, go for it.
I wanted to say something about, did
you guys want to finish this exchange right here?
Yeah,
I do think it is.
Let me be specific.
But I want to finish my point.
Well, hang on.
But
you're actually straw manning the position for what I asked you.
Okay, go ahead.
So I want to be specific about this. What I'm looking for is a principle that you can point to, a moral principle that a Catholic would follow, that if everybody employed those in the world, it's going to make the world worse.
Yeah, I think the gay one is a good example.
Okay, so then how is less people being gay going to make the world worse, or practicing homosexuality going to make the world worse?
I don't think it's less people being gay. I think it's the idea of being gay is a sin. Everyone should follow the path of being a heterosexual. I think that's what's dangerous, because you're telling everybody you can't be gay. Okay, well, gay people, what happens when gay people aren't supported, when they're not supported by society?
Hang on, I understand the argument.
That is dangerous.
Yep, I get it. I understand the argument. Now let me rephrase one other time with a follow-up question. Can you name one of these principles that, if applied to society, you would disagree with that doesn't have anything to do with degeneracy?
Like what, for example?
Sexual sin, degeneracy, things like this.
Like if they were applied to society, what are you talking about? I think that's all this is an example.
What
you
I'm
guys
saying
are
is
saying
that
don't be promiscuous.
I believe that you're only...
Be modest.
What I'm saying is I believe that your only objections to Catholic principles would be that they reduce degeneracy.
Yeah.
That's it.
You
and so I don't think you can... Hang on. Let me finish.
Let me finish. Don't have to be degenerate as degenerate.
I understand that you think that. I get it. So what I'm asking is for a single example of this application in society that Catholics would employ that actually wouldn't just be your objection is, wait, that's limiting some sort of degeneracy. Do you have any examples like that?
I have an example.
Go
Sure.
ahead.
Okay. So I'm actually not that educated in Catholicism, but with Christianity, I think that a major issue with it is that when a lot of people practice it, they think that they can commit sin and then just pray to God for forgiveness. And I feel like there's little accountability actually held within the religion itself.
That is true.
So a lot of people go off. And then
That doesn't answer the question that he was asking her, though. These both women got low IQ. She doesn't even understand the level of question that he's asking. And the woman in blue, she doesn't understand at all either.
if you like all sin is the same, whereas being like immodest is not the same as like
And if you
actually
have a rape
And then you guys are all about it taking accountability.
Can't do like 10 of you on
Me
one.
first.
So hang on. Back to this. Let me just respond
I'm
very
talking about like
quickly
the
to this.
practice, not the actual.
I want to show you why that's actually an illogical proposition.
But you guys are all about
Can
taking
I
accountability. So
finish?
what about when
We have something
hang on.
called confession.
Yeah, take.
Oh, so
We do take-
Hang on.
confessing all your sins.
Thanks.
We're gonna get there. You
Can
gotta
I just
hold on.
can I
All your
just answer
sins.
her question? Right, the proposition's reversed. So let's just reverse it. What is there preventing somebody who wants to engage in sin who doesn't believe in God from doing that and then taking accountability?
Not doesn't believe in God, but maybe doesn't believe in Jesus Christ.
Just doesn't believe in God, though, is my
Yeah,
question.
you're just an atheist.
Atheists can still
a lot of
take
atheists,
accountability.
it depends on how you define atheist. I think a lot
Doesn't
of
believe in
people-
any God.
I think a lot of people. I think there's very few people who don't believe in a higher power.
Okay,
that
so
they're being watched
all of the
yeah.
people who do not believe in a God, I don't understand. What's their great accountability?
There isn't, but
There isn't,
that's
exactly.
That's not the topic at hand. There's so
It
many
is,
people
though,
that aren't Christian.
Because
that
all
believe
you're
in
saying
God.
is there's an accountability structure that's built in that some people don't follow. It's like fair. That's a fair criticism.
But you guys just
you
get
have
rid of the
no
structure.
accountability
Yeah.
structure at all.
You just go,
and then go,
"Everything's fine to
and then
do."
go, but what about those people over there? They have accountability, but some of them don't follow
Yeah,
it.
we're like, hey,
not
there
an
should be
atheist.
limits on.
And the reason why this conversation came up, I think we started the clip a little bit too late. I'm going to go back a little bit here, but to give you guys a little bit, because I watched a little bit of this area here when the guy sent me the clip. They were basically, the one woman with the bangs was accusing Rachel for really not accusing her of anything. She was basically saying that she has 3 baby dads. You know, they do the usual, bring up your personal life. Like, you have 3 baby dads. Who are you to tell me to not be on OnlyFans? Like, that's the argument. So this is why they're having this conversation, because the girl with the bangs has an OnlyFans account and she sexualizes herself. She's a online prostitution. She does online prostitution, and she's trying to basically shame Rachel for having, multiple baby fathers, I guess. And she's saying that, well, you can't talk about me. You have multiple baby fathers. Well, there's a distinction of having, multiple baby fathers, like men that you've married, versus where you have no baby fathers, but maybe you have a bunch of abortions, or you have no baby fathers and maybe you've been extremely promiscuous and you sell your nudity online. You get what I'm saying? So there's levels to things. So having a serious committed relationship versus OF girl is not in, like having 3 or 4 serious relationships and a father, children from multiple. It's like, okay, that isn't what anyone would say that's optimal, but we can say, well, at least you're trying to have the serious relationships, versus the woman that's ain't trying to have no serious relationships. She's only getting plowed by other men and showing her sexuality online for men to view. Two different things there. So this is why they're having a conversation about morality, and they're trying to question and argue against Christianity and saying, well, there's many Christians that claim that they're a Christian, but they don't really follow the scripture, like the blue head girl said. Then the girl with the bang said, oh, well, what really makes, what's the distinction of someone, that's, why is someone gay? Why is that bad or immoral versus someone that's straight? They're kind of like confused because they most likely their morals just reduces down to their preferences. They believe in subjective morality. They don't really have any thing to ground their morals. Their morals, the good and the bad, is whatever they perceive and want the good and the bad to be.
What behavior is acceptable?
I
And you're like,
understand
yeah, but
you're
you fall
not.
short.
I'm critiquing the position, not saying you're an atheist.
Somebody else, a Christian can be a terrible person as well, but just because
Certainly.
they follow that set of rules, that whatever it says in the Bible, doesn't make them a good person.
Why
That's not the argument.
Well, hang on.
though.
Actually,
So
why
what
not?
is the argument? Because I'm a bit confused
Well, actually,
now.
I'm confused. What biblical principles would a person be following? Like actually following, where you would say they were a bad person?
Yeah.
That
If
actually
they're following-
confuses
Well,
me.
what if they're a cheater? What if they're
That's
a
not
liar?
following
What if
biblical
they're
principles.
lustful?
Then.
Those
Yeah, they don't, and this woman doesn't know how to think. If you're following, like if you're a practicing Christian, you're fully following it. You're not, if you're sinning and doing things, you're not following the principles then. That would be you not following the principles. But there's also a distinction of that person versus the person that believes that Christianity is true, and that's God revealing himself to us through revelation over time and things of that sort. They believe that that's the true God. They also believe that the things that, the scriptures say about the good and the bad is true, that, homosexuality is actually bad, even if they're a homosexual themselves, right? So there's a person that can be a homosexual and still understand that the behaviors that they're doing is bad, right? And that is a sin, but they can still believe that, Christianity is true. They may not follow the doctrine, but they can still believe that that is true. So you see what I'm saying? That person versus the person that is a Christian and they follow the scriptures, through it all.
things all violate.
They all violate
the rules.
Christian
So then
ethics.
what are the principles exactly?
Christian ethics would be following the teachings and the beliefs of Jesus
So
Christ.
that's okay as
Yeah,
long
a
as
short summary would be following Christian ethics and then believing that Christian ethics is true. So two things. Then you have the non-believers that they don't believe that is true at all, and they don't follow it. You see the distinction? So you can follow it, or you can just be in sin, but you believe that is true. You know that, I shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong, but this is true. Versus the other person that don't even believe that it's true at all. They're like, Christianity, man, that's not true. And they don't follow it.
you're following the teachings of the Bible, it's okay to be lustful. It's okay to be a liar.
No, the Bible teaches you can't do
You guys
those
keep
things.
retracting, and I don't understand what you're saying.
What are we
The Bible
retracting?
says you can't do those things. So if you're following it, you won't do those things.
Right.
Now, if you
an atheist can also have a good moral compass as well.
From where?
Just being a good person,
What does
having
that mean?
experience.
How do
you know what
Don't-
makes you a good
How
person?
do you know what makes you good?
Through experience.
The golden
What?
rule.
Wait,
the
the golden rules. What are we talking about?
How do you know what makes it good? Through experience. Oh, well, the good is based off of what you experience. So it's based off of your own subjective preference of what you believe is good. Well, pleasure feels good, right? So this would be your own subjective perspective about what is good based off of how you feel. So you can get a lot of pleasure from a lot of degenerate things. I'm sure, people that engage in bestiality, those men, they bust a nut, they probably get some pleasure from it. Is that good? No, it's not good, right? So if under her worldview, well, the good is based off your experience, and your experience reduces down to how you feel about things. Well, you can feel good about murder. Does that make it good? No. You can feel good about incest. Does that make it good? No. You can feel good about a lot of degenerate things, but just because you feel good about it does not make it good. But in her worldview, it does. And that's the thing with these, atheists or secularists. It reduces down to how they feel. So they have no moral compass for anything.
Do you know where the golden rule comes from?
What are we taught in elementary school?
We're all
By Christian.
This is when you're fully doomed. This is when you're at the level of thinking she's on, when you fully reject what is good, what God ordained to be good, when you fully reject on what God ordained to be bad, when you fully reject that, that's when the devil has his hands around your neck, right? It's like levels to things. You got the people that fully reject the good and the bad. Then you have the people that they know the good and the bad, and it's like, but it's hard. We all struggle through things, and they struggle through practicing and following the good versus the bad. Then you have the people that they try their best to follow the good, and the bad, since no one's perfect, I'm sure they're sinning as well, but the sins even isn't at the level of the other people. You get what I'm saying? So there's levels to things. But if you are the person that fully rejects it and you're confused on the good and the bad. My bad, chat. Had my phone connected, was getting a call. And if you're confused on the good and the bad, then that's when the devil has you. It's like that's when you've given up all hope. And if you're in a position when you invert what's good and what's bad, it's a doozy for you. It's a doozy for you, my dog.
What do you mean by
You're
Christians?
borrowing Christian ethics.
So being safe, respectful, and responsible, that is only Christians can do that, not even atheists? Is that what you're saying?
Your whole moral paradigm is informed by Christian ethics. There's no getting away from it.
But it's really universal law.
You take the ethics.
It's even higher.
Who's
and then
universal
reject
law?
the religion.
It's the law of vibration. So it's you get what you give. It's the same thing. It's mathematics.
You mean
it's like
karma?
You don't get what you
not
give,
necessarily, but kind of.
That's not I believe
true,
in
though.
karma.
You don't get what you want. You get what you.
Yeah, she said, Rachel and Andrew Wilson on point. Now, you don't get what you give. What the heck? What that mean? You get what you give. It's no such karma. Oh, well, if you give a whole lot of good, you get the world don't really work like that, right? I don't really, the karma thing, she was making a karma argument. No such thing as karma. I know a lot of people that do a lot of bad things, right, to people. They do a lot of physical bad things to people, but they do not get the same things in return, right? Now, at the end of things, they'll be down burning or whatever. But, in this reality on earth, it's like, nah, you don't really get what you give. It don't really work like that. It sounds good, but in reality, it don't really work like that. And not only that, from a Christian lens, if you are giving something material, you really shouldn't be expecting the material to be given back. That's not what you're expecting back. You're giving out of the kindness of your heart, and the get back is that you're in God's good grace because you're giving out of the kindness of your heart. You're not giving out of pride and things like that. So, yeah.
Well, they do.
Did Bill Gates get what he gave?
There's a belief, I would like to say.
How?
Everybody does.
How
You
does
can't
Bill
escape
Gates
it.
get what he gave?
We're all held accountable.
There-
What are you
there-
talking
held
about? It's
accountable.
crazy.
There is something I learned. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Oh, man.
I already
There's
need a
something
cigarette.
called reincarnation, where they say
Yes,
we lived.
we've heard of it.
Why
Why do you think we haven't heard of it?
Well, we've lived. Well, I wanted to go a little deeper. They say you have past lives, and the way you were.
Oh, yeah, this chick is a witch. What? Reincarnation, past lives. You're just making up stuff.
I know. I'm just saying what I've been told. I'm not saying I believe this necessarily, but it makes kind of sense that we've all.
I'm just saying what I've been told. Okay, that's a good position to have. All right. Well, I've been told a lot of crazy things. And I would sound crazy repeating back the things that I was told. Like Narnia, right? I was watching this movie and freaking humans can talk to animals in Narnia. And there's a whole new world in Narnia. And yeah, man, we can go there. I would sound crazy, right? But I've heard it before. It's this dumb chick.
Past lives, and we're kind of living out our karma.
Well, energy can't be.
Real quick, let me honor some of these super chats that came in. And if anybody that wants to donate to the channel, please do. We got Even Lord. He sends him 5. He says, Cooley, if a stranger ran up to you and said the man you're chatting with was there to meet up with a 13-year-old girl, how would you react to both men? Wait, what? What kind of question is that, bro? Okay, Cooley, if a stranger ran up to you and said the man you're chatting with, okay, so I guess I'm chatting to this random man, and chatting with this random man, he says that man you're chatting with, okay, a man ran up to you and said that the man you're chatting with was there to meet up with 13-year-old girl. Okay, so I was chatting to a man. Another man ran up to me. He says, bro, that guy that you're talking to right now, he was about to meet up with some 13-year-old girls. I'll be like, okay, you want my reaction? Okay. To how would I react to both men? Well, to the one guy that ran up to me, I'll be like, okay, bro. Well, you want to go ahead and talk to him? How do you know? If this is something that you know, then why don't you report this to the cops? It's something that you know, right? So that would be my first reaction to the one guy. To the other guy that was accused of this, right? Accusations, I would say, yo, bro, that's true. Who is this dude? That would be my first reaction. So one would be you just don't believe all people. You don't believe any of the two. So I wouldn't even ask him, like, I wouldn't believe any of them. It's like, I'm not believing things like that without any evidence. It's just like, okay, that's something that you two should handle. So that's what I would do. If that was a weird question, Even Lord. Let me see if I missed any other super chats. Give me 1 second here. Then we're going to continue to react to this. 1 second here. Get the likes up too, chat. Get the likes up. Yeah, people in the chat like, Even Lord, what the heck? Yeah, that was weird, bro. Yeah, that was a little weird, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Shouts out to JB the King for joining Mob Ties for 15 months.
No Fugazee.
Shouts out to you, JB the King. And that's the $25 tier. JB the King, we are locked in. Hit me up, man. Shoot me a DM. Let me know how everything is. Talk to me, brother. Let me know what's up. We got Brian Ross. He sends in $2. He says, let's have a great show. Yeah, man. Let's have a good show. We got Derek sent a gift. Okay, it looks like we get gifts on here too. What kind of gift is this? Okay, just a trophy gift. Okay, appreciate that, man. All right, let's get back to this debate. Well, get back to reacting to this. It was a debate for a little bit, but Andrew just left. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna try to rewind it and find the area where they were really going back and forth.
Your life will get better, and then you will heal. Well, I don't need to take advice from you, first of all. You don't have any say in what I do in my life, and you shouldn't really care about what I'm doing, to be honest. You should just worry about yourself. I think that's the problem with all of the people that are so religious.
But you don't take that
you
advice.
You feel your way is the
you
only
think
way.
That you're here
are
to
you
give
going to
me
let
advice.
me speak? You
Okay. Let me go back a little bit more. I think it's over here.
Start saying dumb shit. I sometimes.
I don't know, fit women sometimes. Like there was one girl on the podcast. I'm actually right this really home and I went to her like and
trying to find. Okay, I think it's right here.
That doesn't
No way.
exist. That's heresy. That is heresy.
Why not?
I'm an Orthodox Christian. We've been practicing the same way for 2,000
Well, I can
years.
tell you're a very closed-minded woman.
I'm a very rational
just
and
being
educated
honest.
and intelligent woman, which is how I know that you're crazy and full of shit.
Well,
and what I'm telling
yeah.
you is this show, I want to get back to my point, which is this show does a
There
very
the emotional
important
abuse
service.
starts. I'm crazy and I'm full of shit.
You are
That's
crazy and full of
absolute
shit.
emotional
That's
abuse.
not abuse.
It's
It is.
kindness to
It
you.
hurts me.
I'm bringing you back to
It
reality.
hurts me. It triggers
hold on.
me.
Allow-
I've been
hey,
called
wait,
crazy.
Let
stop,
me
stop,
finish
stop.
and then you
Let-
can.
Okay, so what hurts you and triggers you is abuse. So then that means that we can all claim that we're being abused, right? Because feelings, necessarily, it isn't, it can't be quantified. We can't really measure this in reality, So if it's just based off how you feel, like if abuse is based off how you feel, then you can say hi to me. I've been abused. It hurts me. I don't like highs. Like, God dang, right? Like anybody can feel abused then, which then it takes away the meaning of the word abuse.
Rachel, finish her
Okay.
point,
So-
and I promise I'll let you respond.
I'm gonna not.
I think
that's
this
fine.
show provides a really important service by bringing this stuff to the forefront, because it's like there's a lot of people out there that don't realize that men deal with this all the time, and that this is what's out
That
there in
men
the dating.
deal-
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
What's out
I
there in the
promise I'll let
dating
you have
market.
your time.
Okay.
And it gives me an opportunity to say to women like you, and this is not out of hatred. This is
Right.
what I would do with my daughters if they were behaving this way. I would be like, I'm going to bring you back to reality, okay? You're acting crazy. Reiki is bullshit. All this new age crystal worshiping nonsense is demonic. It is at best, it's bullshit that doesn't do anything. And at worst, you might be using magic or contacting entities that you don't really know what they are. And you should stop doing that. And the way I know that I'm correct is because you act like an unhinged lunatic in front of millions of people.
Okay.
And then you come back for more and just say, well, my energy was off, but also I was faking, but I wasn't. And it's like, we can see that you are a logical contradiction machine and you live in la la land. And I'm trying to bring you back to reality and go, hey, your Reiki is not healing anything. The crystals are not fixing you. You need somebody to bring you back to reality where you can take accountability for your behavior and change that. And then your life will get better and then you will heal.
Well, I don't.
Cooked her bad. One, debunked everything she said when she was speaking about resurrection and, reincarnation. I'm sorry, when she was speaking about reincarnation and, spirit stuff and all of that weird junk. And then psychoanalyze her psychoanalyzation. Is that a word? Yeah, I think that is analyzation. Maybe so. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, basically she did a good job at psychoanalyzing her and breaking her down as well. This is what you call a full cook session. So good job. Okay, so even Lord, he sends a chat in regards to the previous chat he sends. He says, my super chat was trying to show the difference between a woman versus man's reaction to a stranger accusing a random person. The woman trusted the woman. Okay, got it. Okay, I get what you're saying now. So your last question was in response of the one clip that I reacted to. Okay, that makes sense now. That makes sense. And now you're just saying that, of course, when the woman in the yellow walked up and accused the man of being weird, then obviously the other women, since they are the weaker sex and they're at a vulnerable state, they trusted the woman over the man. Yeah, that's a given. I think I explained that already, because when I said, this just shows the hive mind of women, and women, they have to kind of afford on being hive minded sometimes because they are the weaker gender. It's like a safety mechanism. So yeah, you're on the right track, even. Oh yeah, she got Super Saiyan cooked. Yeah, Super Saiyan cooked. All right, let me go ahead and react to. So I just wanted to react to a little bit of that, a little bit of the conflict on the panel on the whatever show when it came down to these OF chicks and these atheists on there when they're speaking about morals and stuff like that. Because I do believe that currently in 2026 and even prior to, we are in moral warfare. That's the problem that we're having in society, is because a lot of people believe that their morals just reduce down to how they feel. The good and the bad reduces down to their own subjective preferences. And that isn't true. But if that is true, that means that the man is God. Men, a collection of men that can enforce all of the rules and the laws and gives rights, and also that can take rights, they are gods. And I don't think the atheists truly understand what I mean when I say that, because from a Christian lens, we view it as, well, morality is objective. And the good is God. God is all good. And what is bad isn't a creature, but anything that rejects God, or the further you are away from God, then you are bad. You are within sin. You're evil. So meaning that we have an objective standard of what is good, how we should be. There's a purpose of how we should act in this world. But from the atheist lens, the secularist and things like that, they believe in subjective morality. So morality just reduces down to your preferences. If it reduces down to your preferences, then might makes right. And who has the monopoly on the might is going to be a collection of men that can enforce what they want. And that collection of men during that time period will be the God. They are the enforcers of the good and the bad. Because if we look at it, when something is bad in society, we put consequences on the bad. When something is good, there's no consequences. It's maybe in certain societies, the good is praised. But usually the bad is there's consequences. There's going to be some, jail time, some imprisonment, something's going to go on. There's going to be some sort of, you violated some rule or right, so you're going to feel the consequences. But if morality is just subjective, then, well, listen, man, we're going to put consequences on the things that we think are bad. So we can put consequences on if you don't murder. Well, I think that all of these sort of people should be murdered. And if you don't do it, that's bad. So we're going to lock you up if you don't do it. If you don't purge. Remember the movie Purge, right? Oh, it's a purge, and you can just go ahead out there and, schmurder anyone you want for 24 hours. Now, you didn't have to schmurder anyone in the movie Purge. I'm just like adding on to it. What if it was another movie similar to The Purge where it's like, if you didn't schmurder, you get schmurdered. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you can fully reverse what's good and what's bad and put different consequences on what you think is bad. And it resorts down to lunacy. It resorts down to confusion and chaos. This is why when I broke down the 3 different types of individuals, I think it's just 2 different types, because since no one is perfect, but maybe we can stick it with the 3, where there's the people that reject Christianity. They reject the good and the bad. They hear the arguments, they understand, but it's just like, I don't think it's true. You guys are the atheists. I don't think it's true. Whatever. I think that, the good and the bad is how I feel and all of this type of stuff, right? You got those individuals. Then you have the individual. Now, those individuals it just comes down to preferences. They believe that whoever has the most might is God, right? Might makes right. That's what their worldview reduces down. Then you have the people that, they understand that Christianity is true. They believe in the doctrine, but they find it hard for them to truly practice the doctrine. They're within sin, but they do understand the consequences of their sin. So that's that. And I think now that's still bad if say if someone was like, you know, fully like a full degenerate, they're like maybe they're gay, maybe they're like well, whatever it may be. It's still like bad. But it's not as worse as if you fully reject it, because if you fully reject it, it's chaos and confusion. If you believe in it, you can still create guidelines and rules and regulations around the objective truth, which is Christian ethics. But if you reject it, there's no objective truth that can be created in the society. It would all just be, well, based off your own preferences. So I think that the atheist is just fully demonic. It's a spiritual problem. And the others, the ones that believers, but really wrestle with following, and then the followers, they're more on the good side. You don't be gay and smash the like button, man. Don't be gay. And shouts out to Wit Kid Dreams. What's up with you, man?
No Fugazee. Fugazee.
All right. Let's go ahead and react to this Amber Rose clip. Got a lot of reactions for you guys tonight, so. And then we're going to go ahead and get into open panel debate night. But if anyone listen, we got over 200 people in here. If anyone disagrees with any of my takes or any of, my takes you've heard before on any of my other podcasts, come on up, click the link that's pinned in the YouTube description. Come on up and join open panel debate night. We can debate about whatever you want. Let's go. Okay, we got a hefty super chat. Shouts out to
No Fugazee. Fugazee.
Shouts out to Roosevelt Dixon sending in 50. He says, hey, Cooley, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I believe that most people nowadays are brainwashed, many people practice things they have little or no understanding of. Yeah, I believe that's true. A lot of people practice something where they have little or no understanding of. That is true. That is 100% true. Yeah. And, it's kind of interesting that you sent that in and you said that, because I've been on the journey myself of discovering truth and trying to fully understand the things that I believe. And you guys, the day ones, you watched it in 4K because you guys been witnessing all of the open panel debate nights, been witnessing, me, engage in different conversations that I'd never engaged in. And one of the reasons of why I do it is because one thing that I lack in myself is I lack the ability to be what's the word? Enthusiastic? No, enthused? Excited? Let's just use the word excited. One thing that I lack in myself is I'm really not excited about when it comes to reading. I don't want to read things. I'm not excited when it comes to like learning new things. It really doesn't intrigue me too much. I don't really find that exciting, and it's not a driving force, but I know that I should be reading. I should be learning new things. So for me, it's like I should be learning new things and I should be grounding my beliefs. I should be getting closer to the truth. I don't have anything that's kind of driving me to do that on my own, but I do have a driving factor within me, which is competition, which is, since I do like doing debates, I want to win the debates. Thus, I must read. Thus, I must understand my worldview and my perspective and ground my perspective. Thus, I must do all of these things so I can win the debates. And the byproduct of it is I get closer to the truth as I'm doing it. You get what I'm saying? So get your spell check out, Cooley. Enthusiastic. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, that's the word. Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat. I like the self-awareness here, Cooley. Yeah, no, it is me being self-aware, and that's what I encourage most people to do. You have to understand self. You have to understand where you lack at and what you must do so you don't lack at those things. Right? Where's the debate at? Tim M, I see you in here. We about to start open panel debate in a little bit, man. But I'm just talking to the chat. I'm giving them my personal, anecdotal self-reflection right now. Right? See, that's why you got to read. Yeah, I don't like it though. Well, I do it now. I read a whole lot now. But the driving factor is not to read to be smart. The driving factor is I got to freaking read more because I got to win these debates. Understand? The driving factor was, I hated school. The driving factor was never to be smart. Like some people have it's in them. They want to learn. They want to be smart. And it's kind of like Jordan, he wants to play basketball. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like Michael Jackson. He wants to sing. Like you just kind of have it in you. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have this passion that's going to drive you towards, learning and educating yourself. For me, I didn't have any of these driving factors ever at all. In school, I hated school. The only reason why I passed school is because I was on the basketball team and I had to get the grades so I can play basketball. So that was the driving factor. It was like, oh, I want to play ball. So my driving factors was basketball and music. That's what I used to do. Those was the passions growing up. Reading books and getting smart and debating philosophers on, freaking is God real or not? And me utilizing the transcendental argument to do so. Never in a million years thought I would be doing this. But at the end of the day, what's in me is, a passion towards truth and also, not to lose a debate. So you got to read some books and you got to get a little bit smarter. And I want all of you guys in the chat to be able to self-reflect and be aware of your own self-deficiencies. And then whatever arena you're in, you got to go ahead and self-improve to get better. You got to find some way to self-improve to overcome what you lack in. All right, chat. Let's go ahead and open up. Let's go ahead and get into the Amber Rose reaction. 1 second here. Let me bring this up. Okay. Where we at? All right, here we go.
Listen, not to be vulgar, but when you're coming inside of a woman and and a woman feels vulnerable enough to let you do that.
Speak it.
And she feels like, okay, this is my person. You're telling me that I'm your person and my body is vulnerable to you. And you find out that there's something else going on or it's a fucking nightmare. These men you'll never understand what we feel because we're in the more vulnerable position, physically and mentally. Yeah. So it's like y'all just gotta you guys are making us masculine. We don't want to be masculine. That's why there's a whole wave of women nowadays that are very
ding, 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 ding. She cooked herself. Now, what she was saying is true. Yeah, well, it could be a little bit hard for a man to understand what the female experience is, almost impossible to fully grasp the understanding of what the woman experiences when she's sexually intimate with a man and then that relationship goes sour or he leaves her or he cheats on her, something like that, or he breaks her heart, because that's essentially what she's describing here, it'd be a little bit hard for us to like fully grasp that and understand it, because you are doing sex for a woman is the most ultimate form of submission besides her submitting to God. But on earth, as human beings in this physical world, she's doing the most physical form of submission, which is submitting to a man. And we don't submit during the act of sex. So, of course, we don't fully understand what it's like for that situation. But the key thing is she tried to blame the man. She tried to take all of the accountability away from herself, take all of the accountability away from women and shift it over to the man. And she's saying that, well, men are the ones that make women more masculine, which is a lie. Sex can't happen if the woman doesn't grant access to sex. Men built a safe society for women where we put consequences on bad behavior like rape, which means that, well, a man can't do anything with you unless you give consent. And if he does, it's rape and there's consequences, jail time, right? His reputation fully destroyed and jail time. And even when he gets in jail, the people in jail, when they find out that he's a raper, he's getting beat up, right? Black eyes every day. He may not even fully survive prison. So no, men, we understand that you are the vulnerable sex, which is why we put consequences on said behavior. Now it's time for women to take accountability, since the only reason why women have the key to sex is because men gave them the key to sex. We've built a safe society where they can, it's a privilege for them to have this key to sex. Listen, 5,000 years ago, 2,000 years, man, even places now today, but also 2,000 years ago, if you was walking down a road or a dirt road or walking in the woods and you was with a man, well, you're not alone. You're not single no more. That's your man. He's yours, or you are his. Get what I'm saying? Meaning that, like, you shouldn't be walking alone. You should be with a man. So we built this safe society, which gives the woman the ability to have to take some accountability. And don't just say that men are the ones that's making women masculine. No, you're making yourself masculine because you're choosing to sleep with these men that do not have any good intentions with you. So you made a poor choice.
Masculine, where they're like, I get niggas, I get money, I like, fuck y'all, I'm independent, whatever. This is why women have that attitude. Yeah. Because we're not being protected by the leaders of society.
No, you are being protected by the leaders of society. The leaders of society, we gave y'all the key. We created the safe society. We made it illegal to just take the sex from you. Therefore, you have the key to sex, so the choice is yours. So she's just wrong. She's just trying to give some excuse for women to not take accountability. That's all Amber Rose is doing now. And this woman calls herself a conservative now, meanwhile, she was the leader of the slut walk. She was one of the leaders of feminism and pro LGBTQ plus and all of that stuff. But we see how even though she can say that, well, I'm not with the left anymore, I'm not a Democrat, she still has the same ideas and ideals as the left and the Democrats, as the crazy liberals. She thinks just like them. So the indoctrination is still like just burned inside her head, where she can't escape it. She can't escape the feminist indoctrination, which is why she's speaking like that, and she doesn't want to hold women accountable at all.
Which is the men. We're not being protected.
Speak that, Amber. It's a defense mechanism.
It is.
And look at this chick. My bad, chat.
Listen, not to be vulgar, but when you're coming inside of...
Look at this chick. She's talking, speak that, Amber, speak that. Like, what? let me go back here.
Speak that, Amber. It's a defense mechanism.
It is.
No, because it's true.
It's true.
And when you speak like this to women and you're speaking in a way where they don't have to take any accountability, you're speaking in a way that shifts the blame onto someone else, this creates a high for women. They get some type of high and they speak that. Well, yeah, speak that, Amber. Like, she's acting like Amber is speaking the gospel right now. She acting like Amber done caught the Holy Ghost. Speak that. Like, what are you talking about, chick? She didn't say anything. And this is why I always say on this podcast here, this term has to be coined. Manipulation happens when you focus on the effects instead of getting to the root, the cause of things. Because all of these things that Amber Rose said was false. Her entire presupposition is on faulty grounding. It's on lies. Everything she presupposed about society and how it's not safe is a lie. Everything she presupposed about how men don't protect women and how men are the ones that's making women more masculine is again a lie. Right? Like, you have agency, right? Well, if you have agency, this means that you have the ability to make your own choices. You are a free-willed individual. Well, with that comes responsibility. And with responsibility comes some accountability. But I digress. Let's go ahead and hop into open panel debate night. If anybody wants to come up for open panel debate, let's do so now. We also are about to go live on, actually, let's go live on TikTok too. Let's do that now. I got somebody back here. Let me see who's back here. Let's see. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. I'm gonna get your name and age. Well, name and what do you want to debate about?
You can just call me Adam, man. My name's Adamska, but it's Russia. You just call me Adam, though. It's the same name.
What's going on, man? And what do you want to debate about?
I just want to say I'm a big fan, Cooley, and I was just on Sarah's panel the other night, and I debated Captain Tazariak or whatever the fuck his name is. Pardon my language. Shit, sorry. I just wanted to get your opinion on the whole black Hebrew Israelite thing. Like, I just don't understand this man's thought process where he's going around telling people that, you know, whites and other races are going to be slaves and all this and heaven and all this nonsense.
Well, it is debate night, but I'll go ahead and give you my perspective. I spoke about this many times, but I truly believe that a lot of the Hebrew Israelites, they find themselves in some sort of mental psychosis due to a victim mindset. I repeat, a lot of the black Hebrew Israelites, they find themselves in some sort of mental psychosis that was formed because of a victim mindset. So they have this victim mindset, and then they read biblical scriptures and they interpret it out of a victim mindset. And then it creates a psychosis where they believe that they're the ones, that they're the chosen ones, because of maybe one passage may say something like, oh, well, you know, if Israel or God's people you're going to be enslaved for 400 years and stuff like this and whatever it may be. But that's many people was enslaved. So they just read scriptures incorrectly and they give themselves this false hope and confirmation that they're the true chosen ones, where there's many passages in the Bible that debunk all of this.
Well,
right?
I mean, that's what I said to him. I was like, you know, you sit here and you take scripture out of context. Like, I brought up John 3:16. I said, you sit here and say that you guys are the only ones being saved. I said, but John 3:16 is a contradiction to your belief, because it says God gave his only begotten son to the world. He so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So in my opinion, all of us can have salvation so long as we believe in the sacrifice and of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's going to be the faith along with works. But yeah, they don't believe in that at all. But also what it is that I'm a foundational black American. So I know growing up in a black household, we were told to believe in the world in a certain way. So we have these presupposition beliefs that has no grounding for it. It's just things that we make up to feel some sort of self-worth. And one of the reasons why it's there is because a lot of us was raised in a single mother home. We were raised without a father. We were raised without any masculine guidance to protect us from thinking the wrong things and behaving the wrong ways. So then we start to create our own little thoughts so we can feel good about ourselves, because the main thing is feeling good about who you are. And so the truth is we were enslaved for a long period of time. We were enslaved, for almost 300 years, whatever it was. Yeah. The blacks were enslaved. We were enslaved. We got out of slavery. And after that, we were looking for something. We were trying to grasp onto some type of hope, some type of place within America. And you got some blacks, they wake up to reality. They see, well, Christianity is true. Doesn't matter if the white man used it to enslave us. Those white men were evil. But also it was Christianity that actually ended slavery. Okay, so now it's null and void, right? So you got some black people that can see the truth of the Christian doctrine, and then they can interpret it through the right lens. But then you got the other ones, they was engraved, the victim mindset was engraved into their mind, and they can't believe that the white man is good. They think that the white man is evil still because what they did to their ancestors, right? So then they read the scriptures from that lens and they take on a belief that's nonsensical, like being a black Hebrew Israelite, which meaning that they complain about the white racists and they say that being racist is evil, but then they take on the same beliefs as being racist to the people that they think was racist to them.
Right. Well, my other question is, why do you think so many of, and I'm not trying, my brother-in-law is black. I don't know how to say it. I don't want to come off as racist or anything. But why do you think so many low IQ black people fall for this kind of BS when they should know kind of better, possibly through their upbringing?
It feels good.
That was my perspective. Is that
it
just
feels good?
Kind of justification for
I'm trying to tell you, it feels good. It feels good. So
is it like a type of validation?
No. I'm explaining it to you because because it feels good. The truth necessarily doesn't always feel good. It doesn't necessarily always feel good. Like when you read a scripture where it says that, Jesus' hair was white as wool. The black Hebrew Israelite would interpret that and say, well, you see, Jesus was black because his hair was like wool. No, it was actually making a reference to the white, to it being white. Not the texture of it. It was making a reference to the whiteness, not the texture of the hair. So they would interpret like that. Well, see, Jesus' hair must be black. Then you read another scripture and it says that, his feet was like bronze, like brass, like brass. The color of like bronze, I guess, something like that, right?
No, you're right.
So it's more like a complexion like me. So it's like, but then it also says it was brass like a furnace, which meaning that it was making an analogy to where it's like, well, I have to read the full scripture, but it was saying more than, it wasn't saying that like that was his true color. You get what I'm saying? So
it's like a metaphysical description.
It's a metaphor, a metaphysical description. So they read these scriptures and what I'm trying to tell you, when you have a lens, when you think that like the white man is evil, I must be good since they're evil, since they did this to my people. And when you read a scripture, Jesus' hair was white like wool. Well, wool that's nappy hair. White ass, talking about the colors, not talking about the texture. You get what I'm saying? So when you have this presuppositional belief where you consider yourself to be the victim and them to be the oppressor, how you interpret the scripture is going to be at a lens that is going to be faulty. It's not going to be necessarily true. And what I'm saying that they believe this is because they like the way it makes them feel is because, yeah, bro, it'd be great to feel like you are the chosen people. Like, I'm sure it'd be great to feel that way. I'm sure it'd be great to feel that way if you believe that you are a victim. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'll tell you what it was for me, right? So growing up, you know, we see like, you know, these depictions of Jesus being white. I'm like, well, it really doesn't matter. I'm not a racist person at all. For me, it was like, I don't care if he's black, white.
And stuff.
Yeah, thank you, man. For me, it was like, I don't care if he's black or white. It really doesn't matter the color of who Jesus is. But if we just look at the position of the location of where he was born, Jesus of Nazareth, and then you looked at, well, he went to Egypt and he fit right in with the Egyptians back then. We would have to say that the Egyptians, this is after Alexander the Great already took over Egypt. He already took over Kemet. And then his general renamed it Egypt or whatever. So this is about 300 to 600 years after that. So we would have to say that, well, a lot of, and this was the first like white nation that conquered Egypt, was Alexander the Great people. So when we look at history, we would have to say, well, 300 years, maybe 600 years of, you know, of a conquered land. There was some interracial sex going on. So people was looking mixed in that area for sure. They was looking mixed. So it was definitely whites, but it was definitely some mixed people. Some people that look like my son. My son is black and white. So it's definitely some olive color skin, right? So we got that there. But then we also have to say that the natives in that land was definitely the dominant group, like surrounding that land. So it's definitely a lot of black people as well within that land. And I would say that like the smallest population in that land around that time was probably the whites. The biggest demographic of racial category was most likely black. And then the second was either white and mixed. So we would have to say that we really don't know what this nigga looked like, Jesus Christ. We probably don't know, right? But if I had to choose based off of the location, he was most likely a complexion like mine.
Well,
Look, real quick. If we had to make a scientific estimate, he was probably a complexion like mine. But if he was a complexion like yours, it wouldn't do anything to me. I wouldn't be mad.
I don't believe he was white at all. I mean, I would go more of the olive tone because it's Middle East, Middle East kind of thing. You know, and I argue with Cap on his calls too. I kind of troll him because I don't like the blasphemous nature of God. I take that my belief in my religion very seriously, and I try to follow that path Christ laid before me. So to have a man out here, you know, and I try to explain to him once, I said, you know, Cap, you say you're such a devout man of Christ and all this, but yet Christ warned us of people like you that would come in his name under false pretenses to manipulate the masses.
Well, listen. So wait, you debated Captain Tazariak already? You saying?
Yeah, I did on Sarah's panel.
Okay. So listen, what I like to do, since he's not here to defend himself, let's not have a conversation specifically about him. Yeah, I would like to, you know, have, and we're speaking about people specifically, I would like to have that person up. But if we're just speaking about the Hebrew Israelites, in general, yeah, we can speak about, you know, them in general, but him specifically.
And they all got the same kind of mindset. I follow God logic a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of them do have a similar mindset, but yeah, man, I don't want to speak about Captain Tazariak specifically. I have him up on my channel all the time to debate people, so I don't have any like hate against him or anything like that for any of maybe the Hebrew Israelites in here.
I don't like the view is all.
Yeah, we have definitely you know, different worldviews. But listen, man, I appreciate the call and the support, man. I'm about to open it up for I appreciate it, man. I'm about to open it up for open panel debate night. So have a blessed one, man.
You too. Thanks.
All right, chat, get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. We got some super chats in here. We got Roosevelt in here again, sending in 10. He says, why do you cut your own hair? Question. Is it due to safety or just saving money? Well, good question. I don't think anyone ever asked that question. So I'll go ahead and answer it. Why I cut my own hair? Well, one of the reasons why I cut my own hair, I would say that I was influenced to take on the behaviors of doing for self because of my father and my brother and all my brothers, and I'm the youngest one. They all cut their own. They took care of their own hair. They all you know, self-groomed. So I just followed the same traits, the same behaviors, and started learning how to cut my hair at a young age. I think the first time I gave myself a shape up, I think I was like 12 years old. And then from there, I started, you know, cutting my friend's hair at a young age, and then learning how to cut my own hair and things like that. So I've grown my hair out before. Many times I've grown it out long, and then I cut it and stuff like that. And even when I grown it out long, I did my braids first. I'm the one that, you know, braided my hair the first time. So it's just, I would say that it just comes from, you know, my father and my brothers. And my brothers is much older. Like my oldest brother is like 12 years older than me. So the way that they behaved with self-grooming and learning how to cut your own hair, I just took on the same behaviors. And that's the reason why I cut my own hair. It had really nothing to do with saving money for me. I'm sure my father, we grew up in a projects. I'm sure for him, it probably had to do with like saving money. I'm sure for my brothers, it, you know, probably had to do with saving money. But for me, being honest, yeah, I was growing up broke, but I didn't look at it as a saving money thing. It was just like, well, they doing it, I got to learn how to do it too. So that would be the honest reason of why. Because that's what you're asking, why. So yeah, good question though. We got Even Laura sitting in 5. He says, as a person who hungrily consumes books on theory, ideology, religions, and history, it can mean very little because you can lose touch with reality. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't never find myself losing touch with reality. If anything, it gets me closer to reality. I think I experienced the opposite. Let's see if I missed any other super chats, and let's go live now on TikTok, so we can bring some folks in here to debate. So let's go live on TikTok. What's your next prediction? Shut up. Let's do this. Let's do that. And atheists and feminists. Get the likes up, chat. Let's go. All right, we are currently live right now on TikTok, open panel debate night. Anybody that wants to join to come on up, just request to come up and you'll be the next in line. So we got two prompts here. Gender roles are necessary for a thriving society. And also atheists cannot give an account for logic or morality. So let's get some of these atheists and feminists up and let's have a good spirited debate. Again, anybody that wants to join, just request to come on up via TikTok, or on the YouTube side, just click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments and you can come right on up. Let me go ahead and share my screen over here. There we go. All right, let's have a good open panel debate night. And right before I do that, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. So folks, don't go anywhere. Everybody on YouTube right now, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Only 1 minute. And if folks on TikTok, just give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. All right, let's get it. Welcome back. No Fugazi podcast, open panel debate night. Again, if anyone wants to join stream on TikTok, we got 2 prompts. First prompt, gender roles are necessary for a thriving society. My argument is simple. When we look at societies entail a collection of men and women, and it also entails society is a collection of men and women in an ordered community. And order is the word we need to focus on when we're looking at societies. Well, we only have 2 sexes, male and female. We would have to say who has the capacity to create order in a society filled with men and women. We would have to say that men have a higher capacity than women to create order because men are physically stronger. Men are the ones to put consequences on bad behavior. So men create order in societies. So gender roles are necessary for a thriving society because you can't have a society if men do not adhere to their gender role and if women don't adhere to their specific gender role. So a gender role for a man in a society would be a protector, a father, a leader in a community. They're going to be in the military. They're going to be in a police force. They're going to be the ones that is building and maintaining our infrastructure because they're physically stronger. They're more capable than women when it comes to getting things done from a physical aspect. And actually, if you look at history, there haven't been a time in history where women have built a building. Now, let me repeat, built the building from scratch, right? It's not a time. I Googled it and most has said, well, yeah, women, yeah, they build things now. Like there's a group of women that build things, but they get their utensils, the wood and the appliances. They get that from other companies, and those other companies are filled with men. So the things that you need to build a house, they get those from basically other men. So starting from scratch, man, if we could just say, generally speaking, men, the vast majority of men build pretty much everything, bro. Right? And we need men to maintain an infrastructure. So they're going to be in that gender role. Women, well, you can't have a baby without women giving birth. So that's going to be the woman's gender role to give birth. That's going to be one of them. So this is why I think that gender roles are necessary for a thriving society. Looks like we got some people in here for open panel debate night. Let's get right into it. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. And get your name and age.
Hey, I'm American Goddess. I'm 43.
Hey, American Goddess. And what do you want to debate about tonight?
Number 2, atheists cannot give an account for logic. I'm an atheist.
Okay.
So I'm just curious why you say that.
Yeah. So when I'm speaking about logic, I'm speaking about logic itself. I'm not saying, so my position is, I'm not saying that atheists are not logical and they can't use logic. I believe that, a lot of atheists are very logical, and yes, they can use logic. Currently, you're an atheist. I'm a Christian. You are able to speak sentences and interpret what I'm saying. Therefore, you're utilizing logic. When I'm speaking about logic, I'm saying that atheists cannot give an account for the possibility of logic and morality to even exist. So that would be logic about itself. So when we speak about logic, what you would say that logic is a concept that we use, right? It's conceptual.
To me, logic is just being able to critically think about things.
And critically think about things, and this wouldn't be found in the material world. This would be like conceptual in your head, right?
Yeah, just because I don't think saying the Bible. Do you think the Bible is your moral authority?
Yeah, that would be my moral authority. But let's get back to logic, though. So when you're thinking about logic, like when we're speaking about logic, you said that you think it's conceptual, right? Like you can't find it in the material world, right? It's immaterial.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I don't speak in those terms.
Okay, is logic made out of matter?
I think logic is just human thought. It's the evolution of human thought.
Okay, and is thoughts
the ability to understand things.
So are thoughts material or immaterial? Is thoughts made out of matter or they're not made out of atoms?
I don't think thoughts are made out of matter or anything like that.
Okay, so thoughts aren't. That would mean that it's conceptual. So thoughts aren't made out of matter. It's conceptual to us. Now, when we think about logic itself, is logic universal? Like universal meaning that does it apply everywhere?
I think people have different levels of understanding.
Yeah, what I mean that like does 1 + 1 equaling 2? You need to use logic to identify one because the first law of logic is the law of identity. So you need to utilize logic to have math. So what I'm saying is logic itself universal? Does it apply everywhere?
I think it can. I think people don't apply it. They don't know how to use logic, but
even though some people may lack in logic, this would still mean that it applies everywhere. Meaning that we know
like a good
when I say that it applies everywhere, meaning that even if someone lacks in logic, we know that they lack in it because we have logic and we can point out a contradiction in someone's, proposition or claim. We can point out a contradiction. So this would be immaterial. It would be universal. And also, is logic invariant? Invariant, this would be meaning that it doesn't change with time. So logic wouldn't change on a Monday and a Friday. It'd still be the same logic for getting 1 + 1 = 2 on Monday and Saturday, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like to speak in human. I don't think that people have normal conversations using these terms. I like to speak in just very human, like how people speak every day. And I just don't think that people speak like this every day. And I understand.
What do you mean? The way I'm speaking is not like how humans speak? What do you mean?
I understand that it's for debate, but I don't think you speak to your family like how you're speaking now.
Okay, we're having a debate, and how I'm speaking is
I like
trying
to have a debate about just our surroundings, like so all these words that you're using. I don't think that you use these words in your everyday life.
It's okay if you don't understand the word. I'm not coming at insulting your intelligence because you don't understand the word. This is why I'm explaining. This is why I'm explaining the word. So when we spoke about immaterial, I explained what immaterial is, meaning that it's not filled with atoms, it's not made of any matter. You said that logic, the characteristic of logic, that like the ontology of logic would be immaterial. It's conceptual. And then also you said
what
that
do you think about gender roles?
Real quick. Let me just land my plane. I'm trying to just elucidate, meaning explain what I'm saying here, because you do understand what I'm saying, because I'm actually explaining what the terms mean. So logic would be immaterial, which you confirmed. It would also be universal, meaning that it applies everywhere. Logic would be here, also in China as well. It would also be conceptual, because we access it through our thinking abilities. Logic would also be invariant, meaning that it doesn't change because of the time. It would be always the same on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, or on a Sunday. And you are an atheist, right? You don't believe in God?
Right.
Okay, but you do believe in logic, and the ontology of logic seems to be very similar to God, meaning that God is immaterial, God is universal, he's everywhere, and God is also not bound by time, space, and matter. So the thing that you believe in that's logic is very similar to God. Now, if you don't believe in God, then what's going to ground logic under your belief? What's going to keep 1 + 1 equaling 2 true under your atheist belief?
Yeah, I thought this was a different conversation. Can we go to one?
Wait,
Well,
did you understand what I said?
I don't talk like this amongst regular people. This is just something that I don't do.
You didn't
And it's
understand
okay if
anything I
that's what
said?
You do. I'm sorry.
Did you comprehend what I just said?
I heard you, but
I know, but did you comprehend it? Did you understand it?
To be honest, I wasn't trying to.
So you not trying
I just
to
talk human
real quick.
with
I
you.
got
I want
you.
to talk human with you.
I got you. You
and
came.
let me know if that's not this kind of live.
I got you. You came up here wanting to debate. You came on my stream, and I'm speaking.
No, I don't want to debate. I want to have a conversation.
Okay. I'm speaking to you, and then you admit that you weren't even trying to understand what I said, which means that you're just coming up here and it's bad faith. You have no good reason to be up here if you're not trying to understand what I'm saying.
I don't. I want to speak like. Let me know if us speaking. I don't think people speak like this on a regular basis. I want to speak.
People
human
speak
with you. I
like
don't
this
wanna
on a
speak in
regular
these-
basis when they're debating metaphysical categories like logic. This is what you wanted to debate about. You came up here and you asked me about prompt 2.
Can we talk about prompt 1 or no?
Okay, I'm just gonna let you know that.
Yeah, just let me know if we can.
I'm saying you ran from it. This will be an L for you on prompt 2, but we can shift on to prompt 1.
L's. It's social media. I don't care about L's.
We can shift on to prompt 1. Fair enough. Let's see if
Thank you.
you do better on prompt 1. So prompt 1 is gender roles are necessary for a thriving society. Go ahead and give me
I
your
do believe
argument
that.
against it.
Well, it's not an argument against it. I do believe that gender roles are necessary. I think that men have a huge responsibility. I think that
so
they
we would
are
agree on
elite.
that. We would agree. I take the affirmative position that gender roles are necessary for a thriving society. Since it's a debate night, you would have to disagree for us to have a debate. So have a good day.
Okay. Good night.
Bruh. You can't make this up, bro. You can't make this up, man. Hey, wait, kid, what's up? Talk to me, man.
I'm trying to get my brain cells back real quick from that one.
Bruh.
I think the problem is you used words that had more than 1 or 2 syllables in them. So therefore, she couldn't really understand what you were saying. Because if you actually listen to what she's saying, she's like, do people talk like this?
Yeah, I think that's the case. Yeah, she didn't. When I use words with
literally
more
didn't even
than
know
1
the
or
words
2
you meant.
syllables, she didn't understand the words I meant, bro. Like you said.
You know what that reminded me of? You ever see these videos going around where they're walking up to people and they're like, "Hey, can you read this sentence?" That's it, right there.
Oh,
that is
yeah,
the
that was
reason
it.
why.
Yeah, that was it. That was it,
right there.
Wicked. And also for the people on TikTok, I'm speaking to someone on YouTube right now. But good take, Wicked. Good observation of this, bro. I'm happy I'm not the only one that was suffering.
No, because she just said, "Am I even talking human with you?" Like she couldn't even comprehend the words or understand like the sound of the words that were that big. Like she couldn't even pronounce the sound of it in her head to even comprehend it.
Yeah, it was that bad, man. But good take, man. I'll let you go, bro. Have a good one.
All right, man.
Oh man. So TikTok folks, what you just witnessed was, this was. And it's not I wouldn't even blame this on just women. Like this was a womanly thing, like not like listening to not understand, just listening to respond. A lot of women on my podcast, on my dating podcast, they behave like that chick that was just up here. But come on, man, get it together. Like, how you gonna come up here, want to debate, and then when I ask you if you're trying to understand what I'm saying, you said that you're not even trying to understand. That's crazy. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. She just made herself look like a fool. That was horrible. Fully got cooked. But as you can see, that's that's atheist for you, right? That is atheist for you. She truly believes in logic as an immaterial, universal, invariant concept, but rejects God. Well, God ontology would be very similar. Immaterial, universal, applies everywhere. God is everywhere. He's not bound by time, space, and matter. Invariant, right? God is omniscient, divine. But she doesn't believe in God, but she believes in logic, where there's no empirical evidence for logic. There's no empirical evidence for logic at all. You can't find it in a microscope, right? You can't find it in a brain. It's not made up of atoms, right? So she just cooked herself. Let's get some more people in here to debate, though. First prompt is gender roles are necessary for a thriving society. If you disagree, come on up. Second prompt, atheists cannot give an account for the possibility of logic or morality. If you do think that atheists can give an account for the possibility of logic and morality under their non-theist worldview, come on up. Yeah, man. Yeah. This is why the transcendental argument, oh, man. Once I learned this argument, man, it was like, oh, yeah, I got to try to master this. I was like, I got to try to master this. Yeah, this needs to be mastered. I got my yellow. I'm a white belt right now still. I'm only like 4 months in. I'm a white belt. I'm not even at the yellow, the orange, the purple, the red, the black. I'm still a white belt. But I'm still whooping tail out here. All right. Again, if anybody wants to come up and debate, just click the link. Let's get it on. I see some people came back on YouTube, but your cameras aren't on. So on YouTube, when you click the link that's pinned in the YouTube description, you have to turn on your camera in order for me to bring you up. On TikTok, you don't got to turn on the camera. It'd be great if you turn on the camera on TikTok, but it's not, I'm not enforcing that rule on TikTok. All right. So some guy came up and canceled his request on TikTok, but we got 3 people actually back here on YouTube, but no cameras is on. So, again, look at Joran the Great. It says, Cooley, tag sucks. It gets you to a grounding, but it never gets you to a specific metaphysics or God. Try the ontology argument, the cosmology argument, anything but tag. Nah. Those 2 arguments are cool. But the tag argument is much better. That's just your own subjective preference, because I believe, Jern, you're probably like an atheist or something. So for you, like, it makes more sense. Those other 2 arguments, the cosmological argument and the ontological argument. But the tag argument is a much stronger argument. Much stronger argument. Those other 2 arguments give the atheist, it grants the atheist too much stuff. The tag argument doesn't grant the atheist anything. They don't even grant them sentences. Please justify how you can predicate. It's a boss argument, Jurin. Let me go ahead and put it up on screen. Yeah, Jurin. The tag argument is a boss level argument. The ontological argument and a cosmological argument for a justification of God is cool. I heard some pretty good ones, but it isn't boss level. Bosses tell you, but when bosses come in, hey, stop speaking. You're not allowed to speak here. That's the tag argument. No other argument is that good. All right, welcome to No Fugazi Podcast, and get your name and age.
Oh, hi. Name's Jack, 47 years old.
Hey, what's going on, man? Jack, what do you want to debate about?
Well, I agree with prompt 1, so I guess we'll discuss prompt 2.
Okay, you're an atheist?
I am, yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm sure you're familiar with, probably what I was just speaking about, maybe the tag argument and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I came in kind of late, so I kind of caught the tail end. So I've never seen your stream, so I don't know your arguments or your positions, but I've heard of the tag argument before. That's just, you can't have anything without, you need some sort of universal being to ground everything in. Am I getting it right? I might be getting it wrong, but
yes, I mean, you're on the right track. It's a lot more than that. It's a paradigm level argument. Sure. So basically, from my view, propositions, beliefs, truth claims are all theory laden. They rely on an entire paradigm to give some sort of justification for the thing to be true. So like words have meaning, but words rely on other words to give it meaning. So sure. When you reduce it, when it reduces down to an entire worldview for words to have meaning. So I believe that, propositions, truth statements, etc. They reduce down to, it's all theory laden. But let me go ahead and, let's see if you, and you can fully disagree with me. That's just, my view, but let me go ahead and get your argument on, if you can give an account for the possibility of logic and morality. Go ahead.
I would say logic morality will come from humans, right? We would say what's right and what's not right. Now, obviously, there's a subjective element to that, right? But you can still make, or at least lead to, an objective standard, even through subjective means. Even through selfish means, I can still come to altruistic answers. Like, because you and I both agree we're human, we share space on this planet, right? It's in our best interest that you do well and I do well, because you doing well could benefit my life and me doing well could benefit your life. This is how civilization would be formed, for instance, right? So people who are against that, people who, committed murder or crimes against people, theft, etc., were then ostracized, exiled, and now in our society imprisoned, because they would go against the flourishment of humanity by causing unnecessary harm.
Okay, so for you, well, this doesn't give an account, justification, an epistemic justification for morality. This would just this would be you explaining how we can use morality, not necessarily speaking about what morality is in it of itself.
Yeah, all I can say is morality. I mean, I can define it, but ground it. There's no way to ground it. But I don't think you can do so even with a God.
So it's just subjective. So then basically the good is based off of your own subjective experience or preference of what is good versus what is bad.
There is a subjective element to it. So that's the thing with morality. Well, we all sort of have our own internal morality. However, we could still make objective claims. For instance, if you start with some presuppositions of life is preferable than death, health is preferable than sickness, pleasure is preferable to pain.
Yeah, but I don't grant that under the atheist worldview, because under an atheist worldview, normally there's no telos. Under an atheist worldview, you're granting yourself telos without giving a justification of telos.
Explain telos to me. I've heard the term, but I don't know what off the top of my head.
Purpose. You're granting yourself purpose. So under an atheist worldview, you don't believe that you don't believe in a creator, a God. Then obviously how did everything come to exist? You would most likely appeal to science and evolution or Big Bang cosmology theory or something, right?
I mean, I'm definitely not a physicist or a cosmologist, but
You don't
whatever
have
this
to be,
current
but under
model
your
is.
worldview, how do you believe everything came to be? Since it wasn't
I would
created
just
by
say by
a
natural
God, an
means.
almighty God, then it just randomly happened, right? You believe in evolution?
Yes, I believe in evolution, but I don't think that's random. And I think we came about by just natural means. A God would be adding a supernatural element, and I don't know how you would even be able to prove.
Well,
a
evolution will
supernatural.
be random. Evolution starts with random mutation.
No, that's not. It's usually selective mutation.
No.
The good.
No.
It's not totally random.
Well, no. First, evolution starts with random evolution, like of life. It starts with random mutation, and then the selection happens from the selection is only quality control. So natural selection is quality control, but that starts after random mutation. So it's random mutation, and then it's natural selection, and it selects based off of what trait is good for what quality it's there for them. And normally they say it's for survival. Well, what quality from this mutation is going to benefit more survival?
Sure. Well, so those that can pass on those genes would more likely be into the next species or generation because they've shown to be successful. So that would be not random. It could start random. I can grant you maybe that because I don't know that well. But after that, it becomes selective, which would not be random.
So the natural selection would be selecting based off of randomness. So if everything started from randomness and then natural selection comes in and selects based off of randomness, then there's no direction, there's no purpose, there's no telos to things. If from the offset is random, you don't then have a purpose after something being random.
We ascribe purpose. We don't need God for
but that's you just granting yourself that we prescribe purpose. Well, how did we get it from, right? I could tell you this. I do believe that we do have purpose, right?
Sure.
But I can give an epistemic justification under Christian ethics of where our purpose came from. Under your atheist worldview, you can't give any justification on where purpose came from. You just grant it without giving an epistemic justification for the telos, because everything is random. It started with random molecules moving in motion.
Sure, but yes, in the scheme of things in the universe, yes, the universe doesn't grant us purpose. We don't have purpose. We give each other purpose. My purpose
Which means that
for my children.
You're just granting yourself that we give. It's an incoherent position. It's like you're jumping. No, it is. It's like, let's say if it's you're playing a game. You're playing basketball, right? And without a referee, and it's just well, that's a foul. Wait, how do you is it really a foul? Where's the rules at? Where's the laws? What's grounding all of this? Is it just all subjective then? Is it a foul or is it not a foul? Because I think it's a foul. He thinks it's not a foul. So when you say that you're granting yourself purpose, you can't do that because it would be all subjective, and that means that it's no purpose. So it needs to be grounded for it to actually be purpose, meaning that
it doesn't need. What?
Meaning that under your atheist worldview, you would have to give some sort of epistemic justification for the purpose. We know in reality, currently, right now, there's purpose, right? We tend to have some purpose in some sort of direction in life. We want to survive. We want to do certain things. We love our children. We want to make sure they're okay. That seems to be the normativity in life. We want these things. This is just how human beings are. But if your worldview is true, if atheism is true, then what justifies us having this purpose in life? That's my question. That's the level of question that I'm asking you.
Well, see, you're granting that purpose is required. I mean, that's not required.
Okay, so if purpose isn't required and you're arguing for morality, morality is the ability to discern the good from the bad. And if purpose isn't required, it's no direction. You don't have the ability to discern from the good and the bad. And if if there isn't any purpose, then, well, this means that everything is determined. And if it's determined, then you can just be determined to believe in something that's bad, that's truly good, or to believe that something that's good, that's truly bad.
So if we use your basketball analogy, if we agree on the rules of the game ahead of time, then yes, we would know what a foul is because we've agreed to the rule of the game. This is what happened. This was what happened in morality.
No, I'm not saying that we agreed on the rules of the game. When I make the referee analogy, I'm in the basketball analogy with the referee. Right? I'm saying that there was, before anyone played basketball, there was a creator of the game and the referees, right? And that creator of the game of basketball, they came up with the rules, the regulations, and the guidelines of basketball, which the referees then enforces. So you got a creator before the game. Since you do not believe in a creator and it ain't no freaking referee, there's just people playing basketball with no direction. They say it's a foul. They say it's a double dribble. Well, I think that it ain't a foul and it ain't a double dribble. Who makes who right?
So yeah, we would have to agree on the rules of the game, and then that's how we would know. We don't need a god to do that or a referee.
Okay.
So if the goal of morality and humanity is to flourish, then we can make objective things from that. We don't have to, I don't need to agree that somebody's passing away to see that they're passing away and suffering, right? That's measurable.
Well, no,
Same thing with
suffering,
sadness, love, anger, all these things.
Suffering would be subjective. But let's just push this to its logical entailment. If it's the case that morality is subjective in your worldview, and that it's what is moral and immoral is based off of what we agree on and disagree on, then it would be that, well, it isn't objective, it's just subjective, and grape in one society can be good and grape in another society can be bad. My question then is, who's valid? So if a collection of people agree that grape is good versus a collection of people that agree that grape is bad, who would be valid?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. My thing would be anything that diminishes somebody's well-being would be wrong, and anything that promotes or promotes.
I know your thing, but answer my thing.
Right.
Answer my question.
In a culture that, allows SA to just be fluent or to be, allowed would be an immoral. Now you could say, yes, well, they don't think they're wrong, but, yeah, it is what it is. I don't know how you would convince them. If that's what they believe, that's what they believe. But that's
not my question about convincing them. My question is, if there's a culture, a society that believes that grape is good versus another culture that believes that grape is bad, and the number of people in the culture is the same. 2 billion people in this culture, society, grape good. 2 billion people in this culture, grape bad. Who's valid? And the 2 billion agree. Everybody agrees that it's good. Grape is good in this society.
Sure.
Yeah. So who would be valid? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's arbitrary in that sense. Yeah, they could be right, and our society could technically be wrong if they all
so
agree
then there's really then morality is not even a thing. Then it doesn't actually truly exist.
Well, it exists as a concept. It doesn't exist. It's not a tangible thing, right? But yeah, I know what you're saying. But but even with the God, it's still the same scenario. You're just as subjective as I am, right? You've picked the Christian God, right?
No.
How did you choose that?
No. We'll get to my position first, but I need you to try to justify your position. So one, you just admitted to the defeater. You just conceded on it. If it's the case that morality is subjective, you can't determine who's actually right and who's actually wrong. Under your worldview, it really doesn't exist. Then it's kind of just our own subjective feelings, and there's no true there's no true standard of what is moral and immoral. And if there's no true standard, then basically the thing itself doesn't truly exist. It's just something that we've made up in our head. So then you're not giving an account for morality. You're actually arguing that there isn't morality.
I would say there's still morality.
No, that it's a defeater. It's there's no morality. You can't give. Who's more valid?
Okay, but we can agree there is morality.
No,
morality exists.
Not from your worldview. Who's more valid?
No, that's a different question.
No, it's
morality,
not. No,
just in general.
No, it's not. No. No, you don't understand the level of question. You don't understand what I'm asking. If it's the case, I'm just doing an internal critique from what you said. You said morality reduces down to consensus, what we agree on. Okay, well, there's a society that they agree that this thing is good. There's another society, they agree that this thing is bad. Who's right and who's wrong? You say that, well, no one's right and no one's wrong. If you get rid of the right and the wrong, there's no more morality. You did not give an account for morality. You refuted your own position.
No, there's still right and wrong.
No, there's no right from wrong.
Yes, there is.
No, it isn't.
Even this bad culture that's doing what we would deem bad, they still have their own moral system on what's good and bad. So morality exists.
It does not. There's no right from wrong under your worldview. There's only force. There's only force. So what it truly means is, like, if you take the logical entailment of your position and we fully, play out the hypothetical, if we let the hypothetical play out, if there's a collection of people that agree that grape is good, a collection of people that agree that grape is bad, then, well, who would make the person more valid? Who would be more valid? It's going to come down to who can enforce their beliefs amongst one another, amongst each other, right? And the person that has the most force, then, like, let's say if the people that agree that grape is good, well, if they beat out the people that agree that grape is bad, then actually grape is going to be good. So it's going to reduce down to force, where then it gets rid of morality. There's no morality in the world. There's only force. Is what you can enforce.
Yeah.
There's no good and bad. It's what you can enforce.
Yeah, when it comes down to something like a force doctrine, then sure, whoever has the force,
that's the ways. What I'm saying is that's the logical entailment to your argument. Where in your position, the prompt 2 is atheists cannot give an account for logic or morality. You just described a situation that there wouldn't be any morality, there would just be force.
Yeah, but there's...
So you did not give an account for it, you just eliminated it within your worldview.
Sure, yeah, there's still they still have what's good and bad.
No, there isn't. It's just force.
You literally use the words, hey, grape is good in their culture. Good implies morality.
No. Word, a word, so a word is a concept, it's conceptual. What would actually make that thing true of what you're speaking about? From your worldview, what would make it true is force. From my worldview, force wouldn't make it true. From my worldview, I believe that morality is objective and is grounded in God. God is eternal, omniscient, divine, and God sets the standard of morality. God is all good. Anything or anyone that is further away from God is in the bad. Anyone that rejects God is bad. So the bad isn't a creature. The bad is a rejection of the good, which is God.
So this is just as arbitrary.
It isn't as arbitrary. It's actually a standard. So the ontology of good, from my worldview, so I would say that the good is a concept, but the concept of good you can't find in a microscope. I believe that it has a different ontology, and the concept of good is grounded in God, and the good that's grounded in God acts as one of the divine rays from God, which is we are made in the image of God, so we have the ability to be moral and be within God and follow God's orders and commands. Or since we have free will, we can reject God's orders and commands. So from my worldview, it makes sense for us to have morality. This is me giving an account for morality. But from your worldview, you can't even give an account for the existence of this conceptual concept other than we agree on it. And then it reduces down to force, which then gets rid of the concept.
So if God is your basis of morality, for instance, right, then anything that God says is moral, that would just be arbitrary. And if it's moral because God says it's moral, then God's also appealing to something beyond himself.
No, so God is the
doesn't
thing.
Work either way.
That's not what I said.
You said God is good, and you ground the goodness in Him because He's good and He created us in His image, right? Am I steel manning your position?
The ontology of God is good.
It's good, correct.
That's part of His ontology.
And that's where morals would so that's where the objective morality would come from. It would come from God because God says it's good, therefore it's good, correct?
God is all good.
Okay, so if God is all good, whatever He says would have to be good.
Correct.
Okay, so if He says to do an act that we as humans would deem morally bad, then morality is just arbitrary then, right? Because it's just whatever God says.
No.
Or it's moral because God says
cannot
it is.
do bad.
All right. How do you know that? Like, because how do you know okay? Because what if
what do you mean, how do I
God
know
you
that?
believe in is a figment? Like, you're Fugazee.
From divine revelation.
It's not
What do you mean, how do I know that?
Okay, because what if let's just pretend I don't want you to blaspheme.
I'll let you.
Let's just pretend though that
critique
I'm
my
assuming
position.
The Christian God. I'm assuming the Christian God is
correct.
Is the God you believe in? Okay, all right. So let's pretend for a moment He does not exist, but there is a God. It's just not the Christian God. It's a completely malevolent God. So then you're
when you say that, let's not believe that
phantom.
So your hypothetical is let's reject the Christian God and insert another God. I'm not following.
No, I'm just saying, like, assuming that the Christian God, who's all good, right, does not exist for a moment, but there is another God, but it's a malevolent God. It's all bad.
Okay.
You're putting your morality in a figment, something that doesn't exist, right? Which means your morals are just subjective. You've ascribed them to this being that does not exist, right? It's actually this evil guy.
No, that isn't a refutation from our argument at all. You gave a hypothetical of a different type of God, not a hypothetical. Like if you want to do an internal critique, to do the internal critique, you would have to use the God that I believe in instead of making up just a random God that is the opposite of the God that I believe in, and saying that God is just basically malevolent. He's bad, but that wouldn't refute it. That would still demonstrate it as well. So basically, if it's the case that under your hypothetical that this God is just the opposite of the God that I believe in, all of the good that I believe in, that God is, it's just this other God, and it's actually all bad in reality. And
so let's use your God.
That would still be the same thing if that's the case that's true. It would still be objective and not arbitrary. So you would still be wrong.
No, it would still be arbitrary because it's whatever God says. But let's just go.
It's not what. So you are straw manning the position when we speak about the good. Well, can you touch good?
Can you touch good? Of course not. No.
Can't touch good. Can you observe like good itself?
You could probably observe like good acts, but like could you observe like it
like good itself? Sense? Can you observe good itself? Can good be empirically proven? Can good be empirically proven?
No.
Okay. So good is conceptual. Right?
Correct.
Got it. So, and the concept of good, I'm saying under your worldview, is subjective. If it's subjective, it reduces down to force. Under my worldview, it's not subjective. It's not based off, and subjective is mind dependent. Objective is mind independent. So independent of human minds. And I'm saying that the good is grounded in God, right? And the good, since we are made in the image of God, right? we are able to we are able to act in a way and adhere in a way to the good. But since we are also made with free will, the ability to have free choice, we can choose to act in a way to not adhere to the good. So the good itself is grounded in God because God is good. And the reason why we are able to act in a good way, because the good acts as one of the divine rays, just like logic, just like morality and logic. It acts as one of the divine rays that reflects off of God, and we are able to act in a good way, act in accordance to the good. Make sense? So, real quick, when I say that the good is within God, I'm giving you a part of, I'm describing God's ontology in a way, not fully exhausting it and describing every aspect of his ontology, but I'm describing part of God's ontology, which is good, and that will be objective, right? Okay. And it's conceptual, and God is eternal, omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. And that's what gives the grounding, because the type of being God is. So meaning that God doesn't change. He's not grounded by time, space, and matter. And he's always that. So he's always good. The standard of good never changes. Make sense? So it's not arbitrary. We have a clear standard of what is good, and that's God.
No, it could be arbitrary, because what if he said tomorrow, hey, you guys can own people as property again? That would have to be good, right?
That would be a contradiction. God cannot contradict himself.
It happened before?
No, that would be incorrect. That would be you misunderstanding scripture. So once again, God cannot contradict himself. So the laws of logic itself is also grounded in God. And the laws of logic acts as one of the divine rays, which is why we have the ability to utilize logic. Now, this is me giving you an account for morality and logic. You haven't given me an account for logic nor morality. You basically rejected morality under your worldview. It actually wouldn't exist. But let's start with logic. Can you give an account for logic then?
Yes, logic's grounded in reality.
So logic is grounded in reality, and what is reality?
Correct. Everything that exists.
Logic is everything that exists. And what is existence?
No, reality is everything that exists.
Reality is everything that exists. And what is exist? Is exist? Not breaking up, bro. Are you running?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
What is exist?
What is exist?
Huh? Yeah, gotcha. What is exist?
Existence means?
You said logic is grounded in. I'm gonna still man your position. You said that logic is grounded in reality. Reality is grounded in existence. What is existence? What is that?
Something that's, I mean, it's going to be slightly circular, but off the top of my head, it's just, anything that's in reality that can be shown to be objectively true.
Yeah, that would be circular, and basically you're saying that is self-evident. So existence is self-evident.
Existence is, like the moon would be here whether or not we're here, right? The moon would exist. Same thing with logic. Logic exists without us.
Okay. So existence just exists, and that's self-evident. Do I have that correct?
I can look up a definition.
Because it's just circular. You're saying that existence exists because it exists. Because it exists.
Well, because you're asking me questions that are similar things, like reality, things that exist, and you're like, well, they'll define existence. Well, when does this end? So let's say I defined existence.
Well, I'm a presuppositionalist. I'm asking you. For existence to exist, does it rely on other things to exist? For you to know that something exists, does that rely on something else?
Probably, yeah. There's probably got to be some sort of cause for something to exist.
Okay, so then existence isn't self-evident. Self-evidence means that it doesn't rely on anything else. It's self-evidently true. Like an axiom. Yeah. If an axiom is an axiom if it doesn't rely on anything else. You just said that, well, existence relies on other things to exist, so therefore is not axiomatic. It's not just self-evident.
Yeah, no, existence would just be a state of being, like a state of something. Like
existence is a state of being. So we need the self. And so, okay, I got it. So existence is a state of being. And when you're speaking about being, that word being, are you speaking about the self?
Not just like self, not just a self. I mean, unless you mean self as in like us, like define that a little bit better, please.
Well, you said being. What are you speaking about?
So the state of being or state of living, I don't know, like a way of living its existence. There's like a million ways I can sort of define it.
Okay, if existence exists because of a state of being, I'm asking you, what is the state of being for existence to exist? Which then you already refuted what you said because it wouldn't be axiomatic because it relies on something else for it to exist. So now I'm taking it back a step further. See, look, your problem is that you keep relying on other things to not give a justification for the thing we're speaking about. First, I asked you, what is logic? You said logic relies on reality. I said, what is reality? Reality relies on existence. What is existence? Existence relies on the state of being. What the freak is the state of being?
Yeah, well, just because I can't give you all these clear definitions, it doesn't like negate my position.
No, I'm asking you to give a justification for the thing itself. And you keep on saying, one, you said that it was basically self-evident, but then we find out that it's not self-evident because it relies on other things. Existence relies on the state of being to exist. So therefore existence isn't self-evident. Now I'm just asking you, what is the state of being? Does that rely on something? And if it doesn't rely on something, well, what is that?
I don't really know how to answer that. Like the question, I kind of reject the premise. It just kind of sounds like a word salad question.
No, it's not word salad. Yeah. It's not word salad. It's actually very coherent and logical.
Logic is grounded in reality. Reality is all that exists.
And existence is?
Reality.
Circular. How can... If reality relies on existence, and I ask you, what is existence? Now existence is reality? You're speaking word salad. You accuse me of word salad? You literally are speaking word salad.
There is a circular part there, right? Because I'm not like a definition master, right? But the truth still stands.
You don't have to be a truth. What truth? You didn't say anything that's true. You're circular right now.
So logic is in reality, and as far as we know, they are true to the closest you can be to true, at least objective truth. We are maximally certain that logic works, right? And
what is the ontology of logic?
What do you mean the ontology of how it's caused? It's just grounded in nature.
Okay, is logic conceptual?
It is a concept, sure. It's not like a tangible thing again.
Oh, is it immaterial?
Yes, it would be immaterial.
Okay, immaterial means that it's not made up of atoms, so it's conceptual, so it's immaterial. Now, is logic universal?
As far as we can tell, yes.
Okay, so it applies everywhere. And is logic invariant?
As in it can't change?
Correct.
As far as we know, yes. We're probably maximally certain that it cannot change.
Now, what's grounding logic? If logic is immaterial, it's universal, it's invariant, existence is what?
What is existence? Again, I'm just going to say existence is something that's in reality. It's
in reality.
It requires time.
tangible? Is it an object? For something to exist, does it have to be material?
Sometimes, like you exist, you're tangible. So
no, for something to exist, does it have to be tangible?
It does not have to be tangible.
Okay, so it can be immaterial.
Correct.
Got it.
In all cases, obviously, right?
Got it. And is existence universal and invariant?
As far as we can tell, yes.
Okay, so you have one concept that's universal, immaterial, and invariant that relies on another immaterial, universal, invariant concept. So logic is universal, immaterial, and invariant, and that relies on something else that's universal, immaterial, and invariant. But what's grounding that?
Just nature itself.
And nature is immaterial, invariant. What is nature?
When I say nature, nature and reality can be like kind of used interchangeably. We could even say cosmos if you want. I mean, what word would you be satisfied with? They're all kind of this. When I say nature,
well, you're speaking in circles right now. Is what I'm trying to illustrate to you here. Is you're not really given a clear justification or an account for logic itself. If it's the case that logic is immaterial, invariant, and universal, well, the thing that can ground that is not going to rely on the same thing itself. It has to rely on something else that's more than the thing itself.
Why?
Well, how can it ground it? It's basically relying on itself. It's circular.
Yes, you would use logic to
wait. No. Listen. We're not speaking about the utilization of things. We're speaking about the ontology of things. We're speaking about the thing itself, the makeup what of the thing, the makeup of it, right? Correct. So if it's the case that under your atheist worldview, right, how does evolution produce immaterial, universal, invariant concepts?
How does logic?
But evolution is based off of random mutation and natural selection that gives no purpose to things, that isn't universal at all. So your worldview is incoherent. That's what I'm illustrating here.
We're talking about logic and reality, and then you jumped to evolution. So I don't know how we got there. But.
Because that's what when we spoke in the beginning, you said that. I said, well, what do you believe in? How did everything come to exist? You said that you believe in evolution, correct?
I do believe in evolution, but
do you? So if you believe in evolution, evolution is like the how life is, came to be. There's biological evolution, but then you have evolution of like cosmology evolution. So like the theory of, usually they resort to like Big Bang theory. Like how did all of the matter come into play? So what are you then? Where's your angle at here? Is it Big Bang?
So I would say the best current model that we have of the existence of the universe would be the Big Bang. Now this is coming from people that are way smarter than me, physicists, cosmologists, all those things like that, right? But just because I can't explain it doesn't like automatically justify like your position, all right? Like you would have to determine that show evidence of this God. You're adding. See, even if you think I'm incoherent with my logic, at least I'm still dealing with nature. You're bringing in a supernatural element, though.
You just spoke about a supernatural element because it's universal, immaterial, and invariant. You can't find this in nature. What are you talking about?
How is that supernatural? I did not invoke the supernatural at all. But
when you start to speak about something that's immaterial, that's universal, and also invariant, you mean to tell me that's not something that's supernatural?
No.
Is it natural? Can we find it?
Supernatural, it would be natural.
Can we find it through any empirical evidence? Logic?
Yes, we can absolutely test logic.
No, can we find logic itself in a microscope?
No, you cannot find it. You know this. Come on. No.
Okay.
You cannot find
Therefore, It cannot be measured. This is a thing that we cannot actually find in it of itself. You said that the ontology of logic, you basically described and explained that logic has a different ontology than human beings. We are not universal, we are not invariant, and we are not immaterial. So that sounds very supernatural to me. And you mean to tell me that I believe in something supernatural like God, you also believe in something that's supernatural, that's logic. You basically made logic your God, but you have no justification for logic itself.
No, logic would be supernatural if it somehow like determined like an afterlife or it created us. And that's like not the case. Logic is just the laws of logic, the laws of identity, excluded middle or whatever.
Yeah. No,
something can't be its thing, not its thing. You are you, I can't be you at the same time, right? This will always apply, at least as far as we know. All right. The identity of a star would exist. It's still a star. It can't be anything else but a star.
I agree that those things.
So how is this supernatural? This is not supernatural. This is nature.
No. I agree that that is true. How we utilize logic, how you explain, perfectly right. But I'm asking about the thing itself, logic in it of itself. If you believe, so you're an evolutionist and you believe that basically the Big Bang Theory and then, evolution of biology, how life started. But you make a huge jump when you say that, well, everything is basically matter. You take a physicalist approach, but then you also include a non-physicalist approach because you believe in immaterial concepts. Now, this immaterial concept of logic, I'm asking you, can you find it in the brain in the microscope? Yes or no?
Can you find logic in the brain or microscope? Is that what you said?
Can you find it? Does it derive from the brain? You already admitted to it and you said no, because you said logic would still be here if human beings wasn't here. 1 + 1 would still equal 2 so if human beings wasn't here.
We use our brains. Yes, we use our brains to use it, obviously.
Got it.
So it still would be here without us.
Okay, got it. So listen to this. If it's the case that logic itself is immaterial, invariant, and also universal, and it would exist if human beings wasn't here, and it's a concept, and concepts are held in what? What are concepts held in what?
In our minds.
Okay. Got it. You just admitted that concepts are held in minds, but if human beings wasn't here, the concept of logic would still be true. It's immaterial, invariant, and also universal. This would have to be grounded in some sort of mind that's immaterial, invariant, and universal. A supernatural God's mind. You just admitted to God. You just cooked yourself.
You smuggled that in.
No, you just cooked yourself, bro. You just admitted.
You smuggled in the being.
What?
You smuggled in a being.
No. I smuggled in mind. You said it only can exist in a mind. Is it conceptual? If it's conceptual, concepts exist in minds. If human beings wasn't here, you admitted and said that this concept would still exist. Well, where would it exist? Where would it exist in, and what would it exist in? It would have to be some sort of mind, but the type of mind would have to be different than our mind. We're finite beings. We die. We're made up of flesh. So it would have to exist in a sort of mind that's eternal, that's not finite, and a mind that's omniscient, omnipotent, so it doesn't change over time. So it's invariant and also universal. And that, what I'm describing to you from a Christian lens, would be God's mind. I can ground it within God's mind, within Christian doctrine, and give a clear account for it. But from your atheist worldview, you grant yourself immaterial concepts and admit that they exist without human beings being here, but you have no way to ground it because you believe in no God.
I don't need to ground it in a God. Why can't it be grounded in reality?
Can it be grounded? Hey, you're a funny guy. Listen, I'm gonna bring up some more people. I'll have you go ahead and watch the debate back, so maybe you can learn from a man. But listen, brother, have a good one, bro. I had you up here long enough. It was fun. That was a cook session, chat. That was a cook session. That's what you call Thanksgiving when it ain't Thanksgiving. That's what you call eating turkey, baked mac and cheese. Pass me the yams. That's what you call, hey man, I don't drink, but bring the Henny over here tonight. That's what you call, listen man, let me stop playing. Let me stop playing. That was easy cookings. Easy cookings. Hyping yourself up is crazy. Okay, well, Drew, how about you come on up? And it's not crazy. It's called having a personality. It's called being an entertainer where you have hundreds of people watching and you're entertaining to them. So stop being a dweeb just because you have no personality and you're not charismatic. Don't blame me for being charismatic. Yeah, come on up. If anybody wants to come up and debate, just click the link that's pinned in the YouTube description to come on up via YouTube. But if you're watching through TikTok, just request to come up. I got you. I got y'all, man. Come on up. That was an easy win. Tyrone, I see you on TikTok. You said, Cooley, you do mentorship? No, not exactly. But I coach men on dating and relationships and also do some media and marketing coaching as well. So if you want to book a one-on-one consultation, you can click the link that's pinned that's in the YouTube description. I believe it's the third link in the YouTube description. I do some consultations, try to give you an understanding of why, your woman maybe is withholding sex for compliance from you, or maybe you're not having good results when it comes to dating and relationships. And then I also try to give you a solution to the problem. But yeah, that's about it. And then when it comes to media and marketing, listen, man, on Facebook, we at 1.3 mil. TikTok, we over 500,000 on both platforms. On both platforms. And then Instagram, we over 500,000 on both platforms as well. So I'm doing pretty good. And I'll show you how to monetize everything, on how to make clips. Normally it's quality over quantity. That's what tends to work for me. But yeah, sometimes the quantity could work, depending on what type of content you're doing, where you really don't need to focus on the quality so much. But yeah, that's about, all that I do when it comes to consultations. All right, let's get some more people up here to debate. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Let me get your name and age.
My name is Old Man. My age is 45.
You said your name is Old Man?
Old Man.
Old Man. Okay, Old Man. And you're 44. And what do you want to debate about?
45.
45. All right. What do you want to debate?
About how you lost that debate against that last guy.
Okay. You think I lost the debate against the last guy. All right. Well, tell me how.
Your claim that logic is supernatural is wild and crazy.
No. From what he described, supernatural.
Not descriptive by anything other than matter, so you can't touch it, so it's not real, like good. It's all immaterial, so therefore it's supernatural. That's crazy.
What I was illustrating was he said that I believe in something that's supernatural, like God.
No, when I was listening, you putting a lot of words in his mouth.
Yeah, let me finish my one sentence.
Words in his mouth.
Let me
That's fine,
finish.
but you're not going to do that to me.
I got you, old man. Let me go ahead and just finish my sentence to reply back to what you said, and I'll give you the floor. I got you. So maybe you took it out of context, so I'll explain of why I said supernatural. So he said that I believe in something that's supernatural, like God. But it's funny because the same characteristics that logic would have, which would be it's invariant, it's universal.
Defined by your thing.
Real quick, let me just land my plane. He admitted that logic is immaterial, universal, and invariant. And it's funny because God shares those same qualities. So if I believe in something that's supernatural, he also believes in a logic which is invariant, universal, and immaterial, then he would also believe in something that's supernatural. That was the point. Right. That's what I was trying to illustrate. But you weren't listening to the entire conversation, I see.
So do you agree?
But go ahead. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead. You came up here and you said that you thought that I lost. So let me go ahead and get a different argument where you thought I lost that, which you just was incorrect about the first claim you made.
But see, this is how you as a debater will control your narrative by just declaring wins and loss and declaring definitions and things that people have said. That's how you debate, and that's what I've been watching. So if we would like to have a debate based off of facts rather than your subjective opinion.
I didn't do that. I asked him, what is the ontology of logic? And then I asked him, is it immaterial? He confirmed and said yes. So I'm not giving him definitions. I'm asking him what it is we're speaking about. And since he can't describe it himself, I'm describing it. And if he rejects it, then it wouldn't be that. The thing is, he confirmed that it is that, which stands why he also believes in supernatural as well.
I don't believe in supernatural, and I think that's where the line is, sir.
All right. So what is logic?
The supernatural.
What is logic?
You believe that.
Answer my question. What is logic itself? What is it? What's the ontology of logic?
I'd love to answer your question and then reply. Is that all right?
Answer my question. Go ahead.
What is logic? Logic is a human device on how we think. That's what I think logic is. I'm not really a define wizard or Wikipedia like you, bro.
Okay.
But, that's what I think logic is.
Our thoughts conceptual?
Thoughts are man-made. So yes.
And is it immaterial?
Thoughts are, yes, they're man-made immaterial ideas and concepts.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, logic itself, does logic apply everywhere?
What do you mean everywhere? Because that statement is pretty wide, bro.
Okay, I'll explain. So, in order to have math, I got you. In order to have math, we need to have logic first. You can't have math and come to an answer on anything, or even identify a one or a two, or identify things without logic. So this would infer that we have math would infer that we have logic. So when we're speaking about math, just so we can make some examples of what we're speaking about, 1 + 1 = 2. Is that true everywhere?
No.
Okay. Where isn't that true in the universe?
One concept plus one other concept equals one extra concept. It is not two concepts. One idea plus another idea equals one idea. One droplet of water plus one droplet of water equals one droplet of water. So I don't think your logic follows, sir.
All right. So what you did was you said one concept and another concept, which isn't the same concept, then it would just be just another concept. It wouldn't equal
one.
Real quick. When you said that one concept versus one concept and another concept would just equal another concept. It wouldn't equal. Correct. You're saying that it wouldn't equal two concepts?
Correct. It would equal one entirely separate concept, which would act as one.
Okay. So can you have a category of concepts?
Sure.
And
this is still man-made based off of logic.
Listen.
Structuring things.
No, listen. I got you. Listen, I'm just asking you a question.
Structure is logical. Math is structural.
I got you. Even if you speak about concepts, or if you speak about apples, right? So if you have one apple and then you have another apple, is that two apples or is that just another apple?
Depending on how you look at it, but primarily it would be two apples. But we're not talking about the natural. We're talking about the supernatural.
Okay, real quick.
One idea,
No, real quick.
Another invention.
We're talking about the supernatural of what? Did you just admit that logic is kind of supernatural?
No.
So what are you speaking about?
I do not believe in the supernatural. I already gave that statement.
So then,
no,
we don't. You don't believe in the supernatural, but then you said that we're talking about the super. So what are we speaking about the supernatural?
According to your worldview, we are talking about supernatural ideas. Yes, according to your worldview.
So real quick,
I disagree with.
If you have one concept and another concept, do you not? And real quick, these concepts are stored in a mind. Is it stored in our minds?
You're trying to prove the 1 + 1 argument. Can we go back?
No. Don't run. Don't obfuscate.
I'm not running from it.
Don't obfuscate.
You're not going to.
You said that 1 + 1 does not equal 2 everywhere. You're still. You made the mistake on saying. I just want to. I'm repeating it back so you understand how dumb it sounds. If you have, let's stick with concepts. Apples. You said that no, it'd be 2 apples.
So if you
real quick,
a claim, hold on, no, let me land my plane.
Go ahead,
if you would like to make a claim against my claim, that's fine. You want to dismantle my claim, that's different. But I am saying I don't believe in the supernatural. But you have this idea that logic.
Forget about all of that. Let's go back to 1 + 1 = 2.
I'm going to land my plane. That's just like you asked me to do with you.
Okay, go ahead.
You are describing concepts like good and right and wrong and morality and ideas and logic. You're describing all these things as if they have a divine-like nature to them. And that is where you are wrong. Because you assume supernatural and then slap on the divine nature to it as if it's default.
Okay.
And that, I believe, is wrong.
Okay. So you said that 1 + 1 does not equal 2 everywhere. And I asked...
Yes.
Okay. I ask you, where doesn't 1 + 1 = 2? You tell me. Right. You say that if you have one concept and you have another concept, you do not have 2 concepts. You just have another concept. You said a third?
Yeah.
Well, if you have
one and one, there are 3 items.
Okay,
in that
so
equation,
if you have,
sir, they all equal 1. There are 3 separate items. So
if you have, see how flawed your logic is.
No,
if you have,
because you're saying that 1 is somehow not universal.
Okay. You want me to speak?
You're not letting.
Or you got more to say?
You okay? Go for it.
Okay,
buddy.
So you said that. Now you added more, and that's good. Thank you. You said that if you have one concept and you have another concept, then you have 3 concepts. You don't have 2 concepts. You have 3 concepts. Now, if you have, let's just grant it and say if you have 3 of something. If you have 3 of something, does this also infer that you have 2 of something? You can't have 3 if you don't have 2. You can't have 2 if you don't have 1.
What's your point?
I'm pointing out here that you're illogical. What you're saying is absurd. It doesn't make any sense. 1 plus 1 does not, one concept and another concept does not get you to 3 concepts. One concept and another concept, you have 2 concepts. You just went over and said that you have 3 concepts, but also infers that you do have at least 2 concepts.
Let me explain. The concept of red. So red is a wavelength which we can see and measure, but let's just imagine the color red as a concept because we all see it differently, right? You add red plus blue, which is one color, plus one other color, which is 1
It create the rainbow. That's why you got the rainbow flag in the background.
No. Do you know what red and blue? Okay, are you insecure? He's insecure, folks.
Oh, insecure?
You had to say it.
No, insecure doesn't mean any of that. It's because you're speaking illogical and it doesn't make any sense.
You just
listen, buddy. Listen, old man. Listen to this, bro. You haven't said anything that was coherent yet. You basically admitted that 1 plus 1 equals 2 by your own by your own flawed logic. It would still infer 2. You granted yourself 3. It would not be 3. You would just be wrong on saying that it equals 3. But even if you said 3, it infers 2. So you're just dumb and you're out of here, bro.
Equals purple, which is
and this is what happens when you speak to lunatics that have the rainbow flag in the background. They don't know how to think properly at all. Freaking, I don't want to say too much. I also don't want to say the DORK word because that normally gets me banned from TikTok. But he's a little, man, I can't say a lot of words. He's not always there. He's not all the way there, chat. Oh man. And the crazy thing is he came up here saying that I lost to the last guy, and he was dumber than the last guy. At least the last guy knew that 1 + 1 always equals 2 everywhere. This dude said, oh no, bro, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, because if you have one concept and then another concept, you just have another concept. So then that would be 3. Well, where the freak did this other concept come from? Then he says, no, like you have a third concept. And once he said like third, then I was like, well, that infers 2. So what are you talking about? You already cooked yourself, but then you just got to this other 3. 1 and 1 equals 3. What? That's illogical. When it doesn't adhere to the law of identity. The law of identity is logic. You got 3 laws for the laws of logic: is law of identity, the law of non-contradiction, and the law of excluded middle. He contradicted himself, but also he didn't adhere to the law of identity, which is why he contradicted himself. Well, I identify one concept. I identify another concept. When we put these together in a category, how many concepts how many sets? It'd be 2 sets of concepts. It wouldn't be 3 sets of concepts. It would be 2. But he just skipped ahead. And this is what happens. Like, since he got the rainbow flag in the back, it's like the trans ideology. Well, you know, there's more than 2 genders. Like, there's a man, a woman, there's there's a thing, there's there's 37 genders. Where did you get these from? Where did you grant 37 genders from? But it makes sense, which is why he had the flag in the back and why he believes in 37 genders, because he just said that 1 + 1 equals 3, bro. Yo, what? What kind of human being is that? True demons. Those are demons, bro. We got Dane in here, says he's a tiny Todd, a wee Todd, sofa king, wee Todd it. Yeah, man, the dude is weird, bro. Yeah, no good arguments. Like, if you reject 1 + 1 equaling 2, then you reject logic, right? We got Dane in here again since in 10. He says, Cooley, what up? Here's my Cooley tags. I'm about to shower and listen to the show. Stop thinking about the hot water cascading across my fat covered in soap suds. That's they, them energy.
They, them energy.
This is true.
They, them energy.
He was given a lot of they, them energy, man. But if anybody wants to come up and debate, we do welcome you. You can click the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments, or you can click the link, or you can just, on TikTok, you can just request to come up. So let's go, ladies and gents. Let's have some good debates. First prompt, gender roles are necessary for a thriving society. Second prompt, atheists cannot give an account for logic or morality. We just seen the last atheist, he crashed out. And then the atheist before him, I totally spanked him, right? He got a whooping. Homie got a whooping. All right. Well, looks like we got no one else coming up right now. So I did a 3-hour stream. That's pretty good. Folks, today's Tuesday. The next open panel debate night will be Thursday at around between 7 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know me. Sometimes I go a little late. So tune in to the next open panel debate night. I will be reacting to some new stuff for you guys. And then also we'll be debating I'll have some new prompts for open panel debate night for TikTok. So I have some new prompts to get different types of people in here with different types of perspectives. Oh, wait, it looks like we may have someone. Hold up. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe not. Looks like their connection is bad.
Hello.
Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Name and age.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello, I hear you.
Yeah. Name and age.
50 years old.
And what do you want to debate?
I listen you from New York.
Okay. What do you want to debate?
I just use this opportunity to say you congratulations for your show. And I got 2 years watching you, man. I love you. You open my eyes. I love really, really your debate. You help me in different situation and different show. And I just called to tell you congratulations. You help me a lot. And I know there are other guys don't have opportunity to participate, and you improve lives a lot of people. The way you discuss with the woman, the way you try to help them to be logic from your perspective, I really appreciate that. And I have to say congratulations. You help me a lot, and you let me a lot of guys. Okay, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate the kind words. I really do, man. Yes. I appreciate that. And, brother, have a blessed day, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate the support.
Thank you. Have a good day. And I work for a big company. I can't say the name. Most of guys, sometimes we are 3-4 guys discuss with your subject. Yes.
Okay.
But I can't say the company because it's a government company. But we love you a lot, man. Congratulations, man.
All right, man. Listen, I appreciate the support. Highly do, and have a blessed one, man.
Thank you very much. New York love you. Okay.
All right, chat. It looks like we don't have any more debaters, just a supporter. But okay. So yeah, I'll be going live again this Thursday coming up. So stay tuned. And then we have a full panel dating and relationship show this Saturday. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's all I got for this week. So Thursday and then Saturday. And we'll be dropping clips, of course. So tune into the clips, man. I'm still heavily shadow banned on YouTube. So when I drop these clips on YouTube, the shorts and also the 15 to 30 minute clips, please watch the video, like the video, and hype the video up. To hype the video, you just scroll over in the comment section and you'll be able to hype the video after it's been posted. But all right, chat. Peace. I'm out.
No Fugazi.
And y'all see the suit too, man. Listen, new studio, new podcast by the spirit, not by the letter. Bro, we can go verse for verse all day long.
Fade over.
Doing new things are okay with understanding the reality that we are in competition with one another. But you ladies think that you're special. You are in comfort. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. I'm about my business. So remember I said, when I ask you these questions, I will dismantle your entire argument. That's the end of the debate, my dog.
I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39.
Belly.
Yeah.
You look 39. It's okay though. That man isn't intimidated